Clap.
Uh,
Wait, okay, let's do that again.
3, 2, 1. Really sexy.
Okay. It's been a bit.
I'll do the intro, bitch.
Hello and welcome to the JAD Podcast, the podcast no one listens to. And today, we're back for a podcast, and we haven't posted one at all for like God knows how long, and we lost some of them actually, because my computer, like when Windows went.
You don't need to go that.
When Windows died on my computer, we lost some of the JAD podcasts, so they never came back. Like,
Wait, was it the last time I was there? Like that time died?
my Windows
when I saw it died.
my Windows just like died. Like I don't know what happened, and then I had to like literally delete Windows, reinstall it. And I tried so hard because I had so much like photos and stuff on my at least not all the important photos were on my main like the Windows drive, because I have a hard drive and a Windows drive.
Yeah.
So not everything was in there, but I did lose some stuff. Like all the JAD stuff is gone.
Fuck me.
So anything that wasn't posted is gone.
Oh, okay. So we still have the YouTube channel stuff.
We still have the YouTube channel stuff.
I think as long as we have those, we're good. To be honest.
But so technically the last time that nobody saw us, because no one watches this.
No.
But let's pretend that we have an audience.
Oh, we have 100K.
Let's just pretend we have one person who watches. Last time that one person saw us.
What a creep! You're just following through high schoolers' life. What the fuck?
We're not even high schoolers anymore. Last time we were high schoolers.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they're just following fucking high schoolers' life.
But last time.
Oh, this is a face reveal.
Yeah, this is also a face reveal. So we have. Oh, are we sitting? No, we're not sitting in the order. It's JAD. This is. But I'm sitting in the middle because I always do the intro.
Yeah, and you started it basically.
Yeah, the JAD podcast, the name and everything was.
Yeah.
I own the thing, even though we should all own the like.
Own the shit.
Even though all of us should own the like email.
Yo.
I'm the only one who actually knows how to get in.
Is the N-word allowed on this podcast?
No.
By any chance?
No, I don't want to edit.
No editing. We just go straight.
This is why the other the other JAD podcast didn't get posted as fast, because like at the first one I was fine, because the only thing I had to do was take out like one name and then I was done.
Yeah.
But then the rest, like we kept saying like racial slurs. We kept saying names.
Let's name drop everyone right now.
Oh, who would be?
Sure. We changed them to like girl 1, girl 2, girl 3, and then we just put the names in the Discord.
Yeah, and I can't pull them up. Only you can right now. Only you two can, because my phone is the mirror.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're gonna talk about them anyway.
Just in case, because like a lot has happened.
Oh, I mean, you want to talk about one person, and I think like not your person, but you know my person.
Wait, which one? Give me some context.
The person like me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But we should not start there. We should probably start somewhere else.
We should start from where it all ended. Graduation.
Oh shit.
So
we want to talk about that, huh?
I think.
So you want to talk about that one?
Well, this is gonna be probably the longest JAD podcast, to be honest, because we have a lot to talk about.
This is gonna go on for 3 hours, boys.
Easily.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So, you know, me and Jed, who are the fuck ups when it comes to academic. Like,
yeah, this guy could have gone to Harvard.
Yeah, right.
What would I want to go to Harvard for?
You also got like an interview with Princeton.
Yeah, Princeton, Yale, Stanford, or whatever.
You just
it didn't matter in the end.
Yeah, okay. I'll just testing sound.
I'm gonna probably have to do some sound mixing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we all graduated. He was the only one who actually graduated with any like
honors and stuff.
Yeah.
I was white for 1 minute.
And then you also got to go to a bean thing, didn't you?
What? A bean thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm allowed to say that we're bean.
Killer Beans? You know the movie?
No, but still. I've heard of it.
He knows it.
I watched it.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched all of it. So good.
I've heard of it.
The dance moves.
See, now people can see you actually doing all this stupid.
My laugh is retarded, so sorry about that.
Bro, we're all retarded, so it's okay.
Yeah.
The retard levels cancel each other out.
Yeah, but okay, we keep straying away from graduation. So, my graduation was kind of weird because I did it with Elin.
Yeah.
Because at the time I couldn't drive, so she have to drive me. Like she have to pick me up from my house, and she have to we have to go to the UNLV place together, and then we both are fuck ups. We ain't smart Asians, we dumb Asians. we both dumb Asians.
So you're the extra fuck up Asians.
Sure, why not?
Because like you know how you guys have the stereotype that you have to be smart.
Yeah, you have to go to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, and I'm here to be like, I want to make movies.
Like Aaron's the overachiever, like Bean, because like, what's it called?
I'm the
because the Beans never
do well.
never do well. I'm the average Bean.
I'm just.
You just graduated me.
I'm like rice.
I'm
the bowl of rice that's like fermented. Yeah, but it's like for me, graduation is pretty fun because you get to see a lot of people. Like the people.
How was that day for you?
That day was funny for me because I want to do some really stupid shit like when I graduate. So when I take the picture, when I take the final picture, I did this.
Aaron, what the hell are you doing?
Huh?
I just see you in the frame like.
His pants. The dog.
No, like you remember like when you go up there and you have to take the photo with the principal?
Yeah.
I just did this with my face towards the camera, and I was like, yes.
Oh my god, that day, I don't remember a lot about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But what I do remember is what happened before, like right before graduation. Because what happened that day was like, I went to my brother's house.
Yeah.
And from my brother's house, we were gonna go to the graduation, right, as a whole big family. But my dumbass forgot my cords. So I had to go back to my house. And like
get cords.
Yeah, it was a 15-minute drive to go get cords, and then a 15-minute bag.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then we get and then I hop in my brother's car.
Yeah.
To go down to the graduation, and I have to be there before they have to.
Yeah.
I barely get there. Oh,
is it that wide that I was like kind of looking for you?
Yeah.
Like at the waiting area, like the.
No, that's what I literally got there. Like, technically the call.
Did I saw you, like before?
No, we didn't see each other in graduation.
Because
I saw this one.
Because I saw her.
No, you saw me before graduation?
No, I saw you, the day of graduation. I didn't see them at all.
Well, day of after, right?
No, we're talking about day of.
The day of after the graduation ceremony, because I didn't see you before.
I'm talking about.
No, yeah, because I also barely made it to graduation.
Really? I was there like really early.
Because I feel like you probably could have seen me running, because I had to go like.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing.
Because
I
was running all the way from the back to all the way to the front, since I was like, it goes by rank and stuff. I'm rank 31, 32. So it's I have to run all the way there, and I don't even have my gown or anything.
Well, for you it's rank. For everyone else it's alphabetical.
Yeah. Just get to the front, and it's run down the entire long ass hallway.
Because I remember meeting all these people that you mostly don't care about.
Yeah. But that day.
This girl.
Okay, wait. We'll get to it. But that day, I was trying to get there. The call. We got there 2 minutes before call time.
Yeah.
Which it got delayed, so I didn't need to be in a rush.
Wait, 2 minutes before? I got there 10 minutes before it started.
That's
why I was running.
I got there. Well, you run on Mexican time. I run on. I need to be there on time.
Yeah.
But I was so mad because I started running and I had my cap in my hand.
Yeah.
And the little the tassel fell off.
Fuck.
So when I was running, and then at some point I realized, there's no tassel. So I'm looking on the ground everywhere, where's my tassel?
You should have just asked for me because I have two at the time.
Oh no, I found it. I found it. I was like I just kind of traced my steps back and I was like, oh, it's right there. And then I grabbed it and then I booked it back. And then technically I was late, but the whole thing got pushed back, you know.
Did it? I couldn't even remember. I was just standing there bored because like when I was in front of my lane, you have each lane, and around me I know no one. Like I know someone, but I don't know them as a friend. It's just like some people who like walk by the hallway, say hi, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like those people. So I'm just there, just fucking bored out of my mind, looking at my phone, and I'm just waiting the entire time. Like it's so uneventful for me.
That day was just crazy, because so much happened in such a little amount of time.
Yeah.
And it was an overwhelming of emotions. I mean, the thing is, and like I'm not trying to like constantly talk about this, but I did make someone graduate.
Which one?
My ex.
Okay, cool.
I did make her graduate. Like she wouldn't have graduated.
Really? Is it that bad?
I did.
Yeah.
I did her math class in like 3 days.
Oh,
I did the Apex class in 3 days.
Damn.
I died.
I'm just glad that I graduated.
And then she was too broke to buy a cap and gown.
Oh,
so
shit.
I was asking people for donations, and then I I'm gonna say his name because he's technically a public figure, Garner.
Yeah.
He's a public figure.
He technically counts as a public figure, but Garner like gave me some money. I know some other people gave me some money, but I like put like 60% of the money in to buy the cap and gown. I tried so hard to get her to walk on that stage, and that was honestly for like half selfish reason, half selfless. Selfish because like I was like, okay, we started high school together, and even though we're not together,
fuck,
we gotta finish this together. And then the other half was like this is just the like the kindness in me, because I know she made a promise to her mother
to graduate.
So
I mean, she still would have graduated. I just think she would.
no, but I think the specific promise was something like walk on the stage.
Oh,
I barely squeezed through the grades. Not gonna lie to you.
I did too, but not because I couldn't have done better. I just didn't care enough. Like
no, like I think we're kind of the same. Like I didn't really pay attention the entire time. Like like when you go home, like I never do homework.
Same.
Yeah, like I do homework ever like during class and like.
I like how there's Aaron over here.
Aaron's
like I'm smart. Fuck you.
Aaron's probably like triggered like.
The morning of, I had an AP test.
Really?
The morning of, I had to wake up like at 6 and I had to go
Dude,
take.
he's triggered. We don't do homework.
I had to go to GV. It was physics 2, I think. So
Yeah.
I didn't start up that day well.
Yeah, but it's like okay, like I like go home, you don't do homework, and then like before every test, I never studied.
But okay, I think the difference between I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are the same way. But for the difference between me, I did pay attention. I just never did the homework, or if I didn't finish it in class, I didn't finish it at all.
Oh yeah.
But I was also like you can ask Aaron, like I'm not dumb like when it comes to school. I can actually like contend if I really tried.
If you cared, you would have done well. You probably would have done like maybe better than me.
Like we had this, me and Henry had this conversation, like, and we kind of made it a meme. But like I was like, I could have been better than you.
No.
But I didn't care.
For me, it's like if I feel like if I really try, I still want to be like in like AP shit. But
Really?
I will still like graduate like with A and B's and stuff. If I really try.
No, I think I could. I really think, and I'm not trying to like stroke my own dick, but I really think if I tried,
Yeah.
I could have been
like
an
AP.
AP student. I could have been.
Yeah, that's you. I'm talking about me. Like I don't think I can. Like I just don't think I have the brain power for that shit.
I just think, especially because when it came to the STEM,
Yeah.
and you can see that in the ACTs, like there was a big difference between like my essay, which the essay on the ACTs was terrible. If it was a story, I would have beat you all. No, but
I just don't think I'm like a academic kid at all. Like since I was in China, like my grades were always like at middle below, you know.
Yeah.
And then in China, if you have bad grades, they beat you.
Yeah. Anyways.
So back then, I had enough
Communism.
motivation, but I still didn't succeed.
I just think I could have been more and I could have made my family proud, but I decided to be me.
Yeah, I decided to watch Good Time.
Oh god. God. Okay. I mean, there's a lot that's happened. Who wants to start? I can start. Or
I don't know where to start.
I mean, you started college.
I was college.
Yeah. It's okay. It's good, but like it's bad at the same time. But like.
Okay. Explain what's the good. What's the bad.
The females.
Yeah, that's probably true.
What's good is this semester. What was bad was last semester because of, changing majors and stuff. You know, I first started out as a biology major because be a doctor. It's like, okay, I'll make lots of money and help a lot of people.
Biology is always like, I heard it's like super fucking.
And then I started doing it. I'm like, oh no, this sucks. This is hard.
Just for context, the audience that we don't have, he doesn't know any of this. Cause they haven't actually spoken with each other since since the last JAD podcast. They've seen each other
From
once.
time to time.
No, I think last time was when
when I dropped you off.
Yeah, when I got
Really?
I don't can we say the name of the movie, or do we have to change it?
The name of the movie? Teenagers. Who cares? I don't
Okay.
give a fuck.
So we can't say his name. We gotta at least.
Bro,
not
the
say
movie is coming out.
But
At least what he claims to be.
Okay, but we can't say his name.
Hey guys, you can search on Letterboxd. It's on Letterboxd. Search Teenagers. They will find it. It's directed by B. No, wait. You can find my name actually underneath it. As an actor and cinematographer and screenwriter, Jet Lu. Search it up, motherfucker.
So since it's on Letterboxd, can we just say his name? Because technically he it's already out there.
Nah, I don't want to be a complete dick to him.
Can we? So I'm just gonna use Kamina.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
gonna say
call him.
Kamina.
Just call him Johnny. Actually, just call everyone in the cast as the actor.
What's your actor's
Wait,
name?
what if you mock me? No, I don't remember mine. Actually,
This is how much he cares about this project.
it's like a really Chinese name, but the guy who really likes the movie we watched today, that we had the similar jacket. In the movie, he's called Blue, like his last
Blue?
name. Because his
Oh yeah,
last name
is
is that, and then the new last name in the movie is Blue. So we're just gonna call him Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't even know who we're talking about.
Johnny Kamina's best friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, continue with whatever. Oh fuck, we're gonna talk about teenagers now. God.
I mean that
We don't have to.
I
we
mean-
have to. We have
Why?
to. It's so good.
I think
it's so good. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I mean honestly it's definitely story worthy. There's so many stories you can say.
This cannot show to John and Kamina. This episode of they don't even,
He just doesn't need to know. Wait, okay. This
They
is
don't
what,
know
no,
about
no,
a
no,
podcast.
no.
They
This
don't know
is
about
this
it.
is what you need to do. You need to tell me his username on YouTube, and I'll block him on the JAD Podcast YouTube channel.
wait. Does he even follow your YouTube channel?
No, he doesn't know anything I have.
Yeah, so you don't even.
No,
block
but
him.
just in case.
No. If he sees it, he sees it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he sees it, he
Like
sees
if it's by pure luck and.
It was meant to
chance.
be.
Yeah, it was meant to be. And then out of all the episodes, he's gonna click on this one.
I mean, there's not that many episodes. Though,
Yeah,
so I
but
think there's
still.
5.
But yeah,
episodes.
Yeah, 1 in 5
How far are
chance.
we? You'd have to make it 20 minutes in.
Yeah, you need to listen to 20 minutes of this bullshit.
For the audience that doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I still like how even though we started this podcast, that's a constant. There's a podcast that doesn't exist.
This is just a meme that we created, but
It's gonna be really weird if we ever do get an audience, because I'm just gonna keep saying it. I don't care if there's an audience.
One day, like if we ever mix it big, people are gonna dig this shit up. I'm telling you.
And then this is how we get Me Too'd. This is how we get. This is how we get canceled.
This is like the condom for the situation. The fucking backup plan. This is not evidence for any Me Too, because everything we say is fiction.
Sorry, this is all satire. I have confirmed that all JAD podcasts are satire. Do you look me straight in the eyes, people? I know you don't exist. But
all the stories we talk about are fake. They're all fucking fake. They don't exist.
Everyone, come into the microphone and say it's satire.
It's
satire. Okay.
Now we're good. We can't get Me Too now. If I ever like fuck a kid like Kevin Spacey, I'm good.
Oh my god, satire, please.
I think I'll be fine because I'm not a pedo.
No. We need to stop. I thought this was gonna be the longest one. I think this is gonna be the shortest one because I'm gonna have to cut it short.
Wait. Okay, where were we?
Teenagers.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to go. We'll get there at some point because there's no way to avoid it.
Yeah.
There's no way to avoid it. That's the problem because
these are all jokes.
We're talking about just our general lives. You went through why college was bad and good. Anything. I mean, he started music major. We all.
Hell yeah.
Which we for anyone who doesn't know, for the audience that doesn't exist, he loves music more than anything else. Okay, I'm gonna cut you right now.
What the fuck? That was like a little segment, like, oh, music.
But yeah, our boy here loves music. He's gonna be our composer.
Eventually, soon.
That would be great, honestly.
Honestly, for the project that I was editing recently, for my work, like I couldn't find a damn song that I liked, and I was like half ready to be like, Aaron, please make me a song in like 2 hours.
2 hours.
You have 2 hours to make me a song.
So you call me and I'm in school.
Yeah, but because I have access to Epidemic Sound, which is like a royalty. It's not a royalty free music, but it's a music like library and sound effect library. And then I just decided to search up Vegas. And it was like the first song that came up was the best one. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah, so he went through college. What did we went through?
I'm still going through college.
He's still going through college.
We went through the talking part.
Well, me and you went a whole other route.
Yeah.
And then I think mine is a little crazier than all of yours.
Yeah, I'm just... lame.
I just kind of dragged you along.
No, I kind of just like asked you like, hey.
Yeah. Because, and I think because I have this new job, you're gonna take most of like
dance stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
Anne, how about Anne?
It's too late, y'all already said it.
I mean, as long as we don't say his last name.
Okay.
Yeah, but
because technically he's also a public figure.
But kind of the funny thing is like you find your own way yourself, but I also find my own shit too.
Well, you went with the production company, but that's not consistent enough.
No, it's not consistent at all.
I know now that
I just missed like 2 jobs from them. I want to shoot myself. I'm so mad.
I know now that that I'm going in this new direction and you're staying there.
Yeah.
That you're probably gonna get all the jobs that I took.
Yeah.
So you probably get more consistent work,
which I'm looking forward to. And it's better because like the time before New Year's, around New Year's, like absolutely no work for both of us, and I'm like, oh, God damn it, like what the fuck.
We had no work for like basically all of Christmas too, like 2 weeks of Christmas.
And then literally immediately after that, around like, and then the work started to come in, and I'm like, fuck, I couldn't go.
Yeah, because then you left for Canada.
No, but like it's after, like it's the 5th and the 10th. And I was like sick during that time. I couldn't
you
go.
died.
And then I could have go for the 10th, but they just basically canceled me because like I couldn't go. I said I couldn't go last time, and they're just like, oh, I'll call you next time. I'm like,
well, I guess I can go through my little craziness of how I got all these opportunities.
Yeah.
So, the first one, The first one was just me going to, I can't even say the networking meeting, but like I went to a networking meeting because I knew someone who was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I met, his current employer.
Yeah.
I came in, I was like a freaking 17-year-old who was like the only 17-year-old, and I overdressed that day. It was a business networking meeting, so I was like, oh, I gotta dress like fancy and stuff. Bruh, everyone was dressing like business casual, and I'm like dressed like super like fancy.
Wait, did you wear that red one?
Yeah, I read the red suit because I was like, cause I even asked the person who took me. I was like, "Is this fine?" And I even sent them a picture, and they're like, "Yeah." And I was like,
You get fucked.
and then when I was there,
You just get bitch.
but everybody liked me, like because I was like the kid who came in at like 6 a.m. to go there.
That's kind of like the same shit for me.
I know this is a reoccurring part of my like story. Like that's the first time that it was really big. It was like everybody was like cheering me on because I was like this 17-year-old kid.
Of course, but it's like
who came to this and it was just through like pure networking. Like I knew this dude from previous job that we did that one together, the charity one.
Yeah.
But
it's, I feel like just because we were so young and everyone just didn't expect that we're already trying to reaching out and shit.
Yeah, well, you have to keep in mind, like, most people our age still trying to figure out what the fuck they want to do.
Yeah, that's why they're like...
This is why this one changed majors.
No, like, that's what I'm saying. No, that's why I'm saying, like, all these adults would be like, oh, hell yeah, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that happened to me, too. Like, they just keep saying, like, oh, my God, and you're 8. No, the actress that I was working with, like, I was booming her. She was in the car, so... That at that moment it's only me and her, and the sound guy can listen through the mic. So we were just talking, right? So she asked me like, "Oh, when did you start working? 2021?" I was like, I'm 18." And she's like, "What the fuck? You're 18? I thought you were like 20 something." I was like, Nah, I'm young as hell. And then she just started asking me like weird questions, and she's like, "Oh, so have you ever seen a vagina before?"
Bruh. What?
Yeah. And I'm like, I have, but it's like, so I said like, yes, I have. And she's like, oh, describe it to me then.
Oh my god.
I like how she wasn't satisfied to just hear, oh yes.
Yeah.
She was like,
no.
I don't believe you. Describe it, child.
No. Like, think about it. Like, in context, like, the sound guy he'll listen through our conversations through the boom mic. So, I was like, like, how do you describe a vagina? Right? So you just
pull up porn
so I did this. So I did the drawing in my hand. So I was like, zoom, zoom, I did that exactly like with sound effect. And then she was like, she laughed so hard. She's like, what the fuck is that? And then for the rest of the fucking shoot, she keep calling me a virgin. And then eventually everyone caught up.
So you were just the virgin on set?
Not really. Like at one point, like it was like that was like the last day of shoot, and then she just tell everyone like, do you guys know how Jet describes a vagina? And then she started doing the fucking hand thing, and everyone's like, what the fuck, Jet? And you never. So they tell me how to describe a vagina: a sandwich with a bunch of fucking meat put between. That's how they.
That's how we have to describe it.
Roast beef. That's what they said. Like, and I'm like, God damn it.
I like the sound effect. Like that's the sound
just
it
me.
makes.
I don't know. Is this a Chinese thing? Like, you know, Jackie Chan.
No, I do a lot of sound effects too. But I like how for that specific thing you go.
Yeah, so that's how they would describe it.
This is why you're gonna have to have a bunch of sound mixing.
Yeah.
Because it's just y'all just.
I think also because you're like way quieter. I think that's probably gonna be the bigger thing. Because I think his and my levels match, but like.
Oh, but how am I supposed to match your guys' level?
Bro, I'm running off 2 hours of sleep.
So, you still always have more energy than I do.
Yeah, and then I got to a debate with the producer about Frozen 2. I was like, Frozen 2 is a bad movie because the character motivations are really weak. And he's like, it's for kids. and I start talking about Irreversible, which is a movie had a 10-minute rape scene.
Oh no.
And then he was like, oh, so that's the kind of movie you like, huh? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, and Enter the Void. And like, I know you guys didn't watch Enter the Void, but there's like really crazy shit going on in there. And I described it to the producer, and he's like, are you fucking the head? Yeah, but they didn't keep calling me Virgin. They call me JetBlue.
Why?
Because they're airline. JetBlue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the producer is like, yo, we need to give you a name. I was like, the first day I was like really shy. So I was like, does everyone have a name here? And he's like, yeah, for sure. No one else does have a name. so he's like, and then throughout the day, he's like people start calling me JetBlue. And he's like, oh yeah, now your name is JetBlue now. No one's going to call you JetLu. Like, you know, JetBlue. And I'm like, fine, I guess so. If that's how I get into the fucking field, that's how it is.
JetBlue. That's just write that in every like script thing you're ever in.
Written by JetBlue.
Yeah.
The airline. The airline wrote it.
The airline.
The company wrote it.
JetBlue TM.
Okay, I don't want to take over the whole thing. Just having you sit awkwardly in the corner of the frame. So me and Jet. I think the one thing that we regret not having is like the social aspect of college. So is that.
Alright. So I'll explain it.
Female.
No, that doesn't exist unless. Like,
okay,
yo,
e-girls.
Alright, you don't have to go to college to see e-girls. Alright, e-girls are everywhere. E-thoughts, yeah, whatever. Alright, like college becomes like way more. College becomes way more like sectioned off because like the people that actually know each other from like high school or wherever else, like jobs and shit.
Yeah.
Like those are like the only people you ever talk to. And no one ever talks to anybody because you don't ever have to actually socialize.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like, but is that like a UNLV thing, or is that, or do you know if it's just like a your school thing?
It might be because of some of the things I've heard is that like part of what colleges try to do is part of their goal is to just like get you just to stay with the college. Like they try to just retain you there. Like I know I think like it's Princeton. Or like some other college over there, they'll get like this group of like students and they'll force them to be together in like every single class. So that way they'll have friends there. And so that way they're
Wow, they playing mind games.
Yeah.
The school is helping you socialize. What the fuck?
So it's like that way you have friends there and you're not like tempted to like go back to like your old friends. Like let's say like you know, I have my friends that are like, you know, really close but that don't go to school. So like they could potentially like influence me to like just potentially just stop.
Yeah.
But it's like if I have friends like in there, like I'll be
college.
invested in the college. So it's like I have to.
So they're giving you a reason to stay, but like not
academically.
Like not academically. They're just like, we have your friends prisoners.
No,
stay here.
No, the school is like, I give you girlfriend, you better stay.
Or like South Korea. What's it called? No,
No,
I'm
that's
in the
North Korea.
No, South Korea.
That's South Korea. North Korea doesn't have colleges, does it?
Wait, what do you mean by
Probably that, but like South Korea, it's like forcing kids or forcing young people to like get together in order to like up their what's it called?
Oh wait, that's way worse in Japan though.
Yeah, but Japan they don't care. They just
Japan
they're all robots.
They cared at one point. Like the senator is like one of the government people. They'd be like, oh, let's just poke holes on condoms. For real, that's how I got inspiration for teenagers.
Okay. wait. So you telling me? I don't know why. I imagine you sitting on your laying on your bed like this, and then you like scrolling through your phone, and then you see a news article, and you're like, teenagers, this is it.
No. It was like many years ago when I'm still in China. I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then during that time, it was a really popular app, and it's where a bunch of creators called 暴走漫画. They basically the American meme face that's
Like troll face?
the troll face, those type of art. Like when it got to China, it becomes a whole brand, dude. It's a whole fucking brand. And then these people took this brand and do comedy sketches. And then one of the most popular shows is a guy with a huge ass fucking head mask, that's one of those troll face. And then and then he reports news. And then he can make the news super fucking funny. And then one of the news he reported was that the Japanese is their population is literally decreasing. So the governor is fuck, we gotta do something. How about we just poke holes on condoms?
But that sounds like
so I heard that story always stick with my mind, it's always because it's too funny, think about it
But that's a comedy sketch, isn't it?
No, it's for real. Someone actually suggested it, but it never got passed.
Oh, okay. This was a suggestion. I thought that the Japanese government was just
no. They suggest
No, in the condom factory, just keeps on going, but then they add another machine where it's just
no. I don't know why, but I find it much more funnier to think of the Japanese governors literally going to the factory themselves.
No, it's a suggestion. So it's so funny. It kept him it's in the back of my head for many years. All the way till Johnny asked me to help me write this movie, and at the time I was really passionate about it because it's
you actually had hope.
Yeah, I had so much hope because the concept itself it sounds interesting because it's about teenagers struggling with their lives, and then we all teens, so we can relate to that, and we can probably do something really unique with it. That's why I was so excited. So I give him the idea of the conflict should be the character poking through a condom and causing a pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the inspiration comes from.
The Japanese cause teenagers.
Yeah.
I blame the Japanese.
No. You need to bring Johnny for this.
No, I know this. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know, but this is I just went up with too far.
He went in a whole ass tangent. We were talking about
what were we talking about?
College is making you stay.
Oh, another thing I was gonna talk about, since I'm in the honors college at UNLV, they forced me to go these things called Athenaeums, where it's just one or two upper heads of in the honors college are talking about shit. And so on the second Athenaeum, they're talking about they're straight up all right, we know you guys are gonna drink, there's no way we're gonna stop it. All we're gonna do is we're gonna tell you guys, hey, look out for each other and be cautious. And then that same one, the first half was 10 steps on how to make friends. Because it's
they were these kids are smart, they're probably socially awkward, they need help.
Oh my god.
They were straight up, if you want to have friends, you gotta be a friend, you gotta be slightly outgoing and whatnot, all these other things. And so what's it called? But then the second half was the whole we know you're gonna drink, don't drink too much, don't be so stupid, and don't rape each other.
I feel I'm always socially awkward to girls I like. That's me.
I feel you personally, we have this weird dynamic where you are very social when it comes to friends.
Yeah.
And I'm very social when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Because I feel whenever we're in a business situation, I can walk around and just start talking.
For sure.
And then I'm already known, and then you're just there in the corner don't touch me. But
I guess that's one of your strengths,
And then there's the opposite effect when we're with all your friends.
Yeah.
You're talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And then there's just me kind of standing there
And then we also figured out the formula for woman.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So, anyways, What were we on? Why did we start with keeping friends? Oh, social aspects of college. Because that's what we probably miss the most.
Yeah,
the social aspect of school.
At this point, if we go to college, we're going for that.
Yeah, the social part of it.
I mean, of course, this learning.
Well, I guess it depends because like now that I'm in like music major, I feel like I'm like actually talking to more people now. So I think that's nah. So
we're cutting this part. Yeah, okay. So I know where to cut it.
So
if you just say the N-word, then you have to cut it.
Yeah, but I won't know at like a glance. That's why I'm just gonna clap every time I need a cut.
Okay, from now on, every time you clap, I'm gonna say the N-word.
It's the only time you'll be able to do it.
But
Okay, continue.
You were talking about how it's like close, like they're trying to keep you there.
That sounds
Music theory has been more social than the previous major.
Yeah, because like in biology, everyone like focused on being a doctor and whatnot, and there's like a lot less interaction. While in music, it's like you literally have to get with other people. You can't just be a soloist and just do whatever you want.
I mean, music like film is collaborative. It's to a degree because like you any art is collaborative because like you have to show it off at some point.
Yeah.
You have to have people you trust. But
it's different, I feel like, because like when you're creating something, you can definitely do it solo in some art, like paintings, music even. Music, like a lot of people can just do it by themselves, but it's like if you're talking about distribution, that you definitely have to do it with someone.
But you definitely like I think with most arts at least.
Yeah, of course.
You want like a second opinion because like you get so trapped in your own head and you're like, oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god, yes, go so good. And then like you forget that it's not good and it's absolute trash.
But I feel like for
all
me,
rap,
it's like
all modern rap. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm looking at little Takashi 6ix9ine.
He's not even making music anymore.
In prison.
Yeah, Kanye. No, I'm joking.
Kanye?
He makes
Kanye makes good music. At least he used to.
Doesn't he make Christian music now?
He made Jesus
like,
is king.
It's all still good, and critically speaking.
I mean, I know he's a good performer. That's like when he's on stage, he has a way of performing that captivates everybody.
Oh, you know who I hate? Like pop artist that everyone loves? Beyonce.
Why?
Because she's in Lion King.
That's not the reason I expected.
But
I just think she's beautiful, but like I don't think she deserves the hype and like, oh my god, she's so pretty. She's the most pretty person in the world.
No, I feel like people are treating her like Michael Jackson. Like
Michael Jackson.
Like one time I remember like on a talk show, like I think it's James Corden, something like that. And I think it's like James Corden was talking to former Mrs. President Michelle Obama, yeah. So James Corden was talking about like, oh, in England we have the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, all these great bands I absolutely love, fucking Pink Floyd and shit. And I'm like, yes, England has so much great music. And then Michelle Obama would be like, but we have Beyonce. And I'm like, really? Beyonce is on the same level with the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, freaking AC/DC, all these freaking
What's
crazy
the music
shit.
majors?
At one point, she probably was, and that, like probably just because of like her songs, yeah. But like I don't.
Yeah, but like in her mind, is like one is worth competing against all 4 and 3. She's like, oh, America has Beyonce and we're good, we're set for that. And then James Corden is like listing all these like amazing historical like musically changing bands, and she's just like, we have the Queen, bitch.
We also have to probably think about it. Like she probably also doesn't have very much time, or at the time she probably also didn't have very much time to listen to music, since like she as the wife of Obama was actually doing something.
But okay,
like, current.
But like all these bands, like their music are like exists before even I was born.
Wait, what's Trump's wife's name?
Melania.
I feel like she tried, but then her husband like Because she tried to do the like anti-bullying thing.
Yeah.
Right as her husband was bullying people, like I don't know if you can do that.
I feel like everyone in the White House, like the White House family, is just useless, except for their daughter. Like she is actually trying to do something. I think.
Trump's daughter?
Yeah.
What is she doing? I mean, I don't
No,
know.
at the beginning.
Who, Ivanka?
Yeah, like I remember like hearing a lot of shit talking about like how amazing she is on the media, and like people are always talking about like she's doing something, but I never pay attention. Like,
Yeah, look, I this is the first time I'm hearing that she did something.
yeah, but to me, it's just everyone there is just fucking useless, including the president, almost starting World War III.
That's not how it. That's not.
No, I mean that's the meme, you know. That's
the meme, but that's not actually what happened. Like Iraq had been doing a lot of stuff beforehand. Like they like had been stealing.
Yeah, I
oil
didn't.
and
We
all this
we
other
struck
thing.
a chord with Aaron right now.
No, I just hate
Because of the misinformation. It's like, bro, you're just gonna like, are you seriously just gonna be getting all your information from memes? Like, yeah, I know it's funny, but like, seriously?
No, I just
Well, no,
didn't pay
I
attention.
Are you gonna-
think I agree a little with Aaron in this sense because I feel like we actually scared like a whole generation of 18-year-olds. Like I feel like there were so many people absolutely terrified that they were just gonna like die at war.
I do not want to die at war.
Like another one of the memes was like, oh, don't worry, what's it called? The meme was like outlawed or like was made illegal in like the 1970s. But it's like, it's a meme, so it's like, is it really real? Like, I haven't actually looked into it, but if it is, it's like, all right, no one actually has to go to war anymore. We're just gonna recruit us instead of draft us.
Can we agree best meme is always going to be District 11? Wait, what's the one? The alien one?
What are you talking about?
The raid to get
Oh.
aliens.
Oh, Area 51.
Area 51.
District 11.
District 11. I was thinking when you said District 11, I was like Hunger Games.
I was like, my brain just got shortage for a second. I can't remember which.
Bro,
which one
okay.
was.
Anyone who gets a shortage right now, I have the like. I'm gonna keep saying I had 2 hours of sleep. What have you been doing? Why are you having a shortage?
It just happens from time to time. I can't help it, man.
Oh god, this Asian's wired wrong. Send him back to the factory.
Send him back to China. Oh man, you totally make a joke, but he fucked up.
I mean, okay.
No, don't fuck with me. I'm gonna cough at you.
There.
He made
There
the
we
joke. The Asian made the joke. The Chinese Asian made the joke, not the beans. Okay, we're over this. Okay.
Yeah, why are we talking about politics?
We got really far because we keep trying to actually get into the social aspect of Aaron's college.
I mean, there isn't like anything else to say. Not to mention, you're also talking to an introvert, and so it's like,
Yeah,
if you another thing is that like I feel like if I actually went to instead of staying at home, if I went to a frat house instead, it would be way easier because like there's like a lot of social events for like the frat. For the frat houses.
Also you end up doing so many chores for your mother that what's it called? I feel like you don't have time to even if someone invited you to go out. I mean, doing this is like a miracle, to be honest. Like that's what it feels like to hang out with you nowadays. It's just like, oh, it's a miracle. Gotta just do it, even though it probably conflicts with something. That's why I died yesterday.
Because like for us.
Well, I mean, like why? Oh well, whatever. What were you gonna say?
Because for the two of us, we always have. Like,
I mean,
something
'cause-
coming up, like with my other friend group.
Yeah, and like you're free. That's the thing. You don't work.
I
Right,
try.
like, okay, it's not that you don't have work because you're probably gonna have more consistent work. But the thing is,
Yeah.
like, even then, you work less,
Yeah.
and you work but you work like long days because
Yeah.
I know what it is to be like doing that job. Yeah, because I did that job. It's like you're gonna work 3 days for 10 hours,
Yeah.
and make your money that way, but you're gonna have the rest of the days free.
Yeah.
But with Aaron, it's like he has college, he has all the other stuff, and then he has like chores to do all the time. So when I try to hang out with him, it almost becomes like a chore to try to figure out how this is gonna work out, because I love this dude to death, I do, but Bro, I'm gonna eat your ass. But when it comes to him,
Yeah.
like it's sometimes really hard because like I'm like, oh, let's go do this.
Yeah,
And
it's
he's
always
like,
need to figure things
and then
out.
he's like, oh no, I can't do this because I have to do this. And I'm like, okay, let's go do this. And then I was like, no, I can't do that because I gotta do this. And like I feel like I gotta like plan like 2 months ahead to like
Yeah.
get my
Like-
reservation in.
Like tomorrow, I have to go change the tires for the car.
Which one?
Those tires, the ones right there.
Oh, but for the sedan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if I don't, like they might explode soon. I
Damn.
mean, they're already in danger of exploding. So.
Oh, I know. But
You have to
That-
do other things, so it's like yeah.
and this is why like this right here, like doing this whole ass. This is why I worked my ass off, because I would if this wasn't happening, what I would have done today is like I would have gotten to sleep at a normal time, like a normal human being, and then just
please, it's only 11:48.
no. But I mean yesterday. Because I went to sleep at 4,
Oh my god.
and then I woke up at no. Well, yeah, it was 4.
Yesterday, I watched JoJo all the way to 11.
I went to sleep at, like I laid down on my bed at 4, and I didn't sleep until like 5, and then I had to wake up at 9, but my brain was like, you want to wake up at 7? I was like, no, I want to wake up at 9. No, 7 is good for you. So I woke up at 7, so I had 2 hours of sleep.
Your brain is a bitch.
Yeah. But like I worked so hard just because I had to. First off, I did procrastinate a little bit, so I had to do it. But the second part of it was like if I didn't get it done, I would have had to cancel today, because I needed to get that done today. Like it had to be turned in today. So
Yeah. Well, you did it. You pulled through, man, my nigga.
You're here.
My boy, you did it.
and I don't know, audience, that doesn't exist. I don't know how I still have this much energy, and I have more energy than this one. Like I should be like. Anyways, so one of the things we decided to do, because we finally got this one. We decided to be stupid, which is like our trademark.
Yes.
This is our brand. This is
Being stupid.
yeah, being stupid is our brand. So, yesterday I was talking to this one, and what's it called? We, as a joke, I was like, what if we ordered a pizza? Because we saw like a pizza, out Pizza the Hut meme, and I was like, what if we order a Domino's pizza and like a Pizza Hut pizza at the same time and see who gets here first?
It's just a competition, boy.
Yeah, it became a competition. So
the
what
race of the century.
we have a video on this, but it basically became where we like ordered the same exact pizza. We ordered and from where we are, I'm not gonna give an address, but from where we are, Domino's is 6 minutes away. Pizza Hut is 7 minutes away.
So they have
So
a pretty
basically-
fair fight.
Basically, they're pretty close. And all we did was in the extra special conditions section,
We typed in
Just
We-
like
Hut versus Domino's. Who's win?
yeah, we typed something around those lines. He typed something better because Domino's had more characters. I only had 28 characters to work with.
I like 65.
Yeah. And then we clicked, and
Domino's won.
Domino's won by a long shot.
Domino is the king of pizza now.
Domino's is the king of
Domino's our
delivery.
pizza.
Dude,
the Hut.
now from now on, when the second we post that video, Pizza Hut's gonna go bankrupt because of it. It's gonna get destroyed because everyone's gonna
Pizza
see
Hut's career is
how
over.
amazing that Domino's pizza's delivery is. It was like a long shot. Like we ordered and we
It
didn't
was
even
like
wait that
15
long.
minutes.
But-
Like 10 minutes.
It was 20 minutes difference from when Domino's got here
Yeah.
to when there was 20 more minutes that we had to wait.
Oh,
for,
we finished the entire pizza.
We finished all Domino's
we finished
before.
the whole entire pizza and then got our Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Which I will say this, like even though technically delivery was faster for Domino's,
Pizza was better.
Pizza Hut tasted so much better.
Like it was like fluffy.
Yeah, I know, it was like
To me personally, I prefer the thinner crust. That's just me.
But then again, we also I think we didn't get the best like example because we got meat lovers and like technically, Domino's didn't have
Meat lovers.
like a thing called just meat lovers. It was like some weird
Pizza.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And
I kind of just wanted.
we should have probably done pepperoni because that was probably the easiest.
I just wanted
consistent.
pepperoni.
That's round 2. Pepperoni.
Round 2.
Yeah, we're gonna do it next time. Tomorrow morning.
I'm not buying another pizza.
Me neither, dude.
Next time we do Grubhub versus Uber Eats.
Same place.
Same place. What
They could actually be like
no, that's round 2. Okay.
That's actually,
no,
oh my
that's
God.
actually.
Yo.
Bro, this
I broke
is
the code.
this is a series, bro. Okay, we need
Next time we're getting both like Chipotle something like that, and then they just like.
But
do you know how awkward it is? Like both got into Chipotle at the same time, and they're like, they both asked order for Jet. The amount of confusion it's gonna cause.
But what if there were like bros? Like what if it, like the dude was like, "Can you just take this from me?" And it's like, "Okay, I got you, bro."
no, it's not possible because it's from 2 different apps. Like if they're bros, they'll probably get the same app, right? Right? They wouldn't go like for different apps.
Maybe.
But that's like the argument like a Democrat can't be friends with a Republican.
No,
I'm friends with this fucker.
No, it's like okay, so if we both decide to do something similar, would you you do Uber Eats and I will do Grubhub? Like
Yeah, for the meme. Bro, I'm the worst one to ask these type of questions because I do stuff just to do stuff. Okay?
you need to die.
I'm the type of person that's like, this sounds fun, let's go do it.
I mean, it depends. Like, what does each one have to offer? Maybe one has better things for like one person, while like it's more convenient for like the other person.
Okay, if I was actually gonna do a side hustle like that, I would, and I knew a friend that was also interested. What I would probably do, like being 100% serious and not like fucking around. Like, let's say for this scenario, like he was gonna do one of them, I was gonna do one of them. I would, even though, we probably already like one of them, and since we have similar tastes, we probably would have liked one of them more than another one.
Yeah.
I still would have been like, you do this one and I do this one to see which one's better, which one gets like the benefits, which one gets. Like...
Okay, this conversation is way off where we were. We were fucking talking about competing against Uber Eats and Grubhub.
Well, okay, you know what? That's part 2.
That's just the flow of conversation, at least between guys.
Okay, I'm telling you.
One topic on
part 2. Be ready, YouTube. It's gonna be fucking Uber Eats versus Grubhub.
You do realize no one's watching.
Suck my dick.
No one's watching.
The hot chick behind the camera.
It wouldn't be very hard.
I wonder.
The pun. Got him.
That was a pun. That was a roast.
Oh, got him.
Anyways, I wonder. I don't even know what I'm wondering anymore. I wondered something at one point.
It all.
Oh fuck! Can we just talk about the fucking movie at this point?
No.
The movie we watched, the movie we're making.
Okay, no. I really want to talk about
both of them at the same time.
No.
What are you going to talk about?
I wanna talk about like, okay, so there was this one. So there's this new library near where I live.
Yeah.
Which is not like the best of areas.
Yeah.
But this like library, beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, like more beautiful than any library out here in Henderson.
Yeah.
Like absolutely like high tech, like everything's fucking amazing in there.
Wait, are you gonna have to bleep that out?
No, we can swear.
No, like as in the place.
I just said library. I didn't say. I just said Henderson.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's a city.
Oh, okay.
Bro, they're not gonna like geo-track us from like Henderson. Oh, I know he lives right in this street, in this street, in this street.
It's like everyone knows a star lives in a certain city. Like you know.
Yeah,
it's just-
like you know, so many stars live in Los Angeles. Doesn't mean you know where they live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Los Angeles. That's a bad example. Everyone lives in Los Angeles. Everyone who has a shit ton of money lives in Los Angeles.
Okay, can we just continue this story?
Okay,
This
okay.
doesn't fucking matter.
So this was actually like really cool because the first time I went in there, I went in and like basically went in, did what I needed to do, and got out because I needed to print a paper because I didn't have ink.
Yeah.
So you know, I was like, I'll just go to the library, pay 10 cents to get this paper, and then get out.
Yeah.
But the second time I went in there, I decided to explore a little bit. This is again beautiful, beautiful library, and I was like, you know what? I want to check out a book.
Yeah.
I was gonna check out a psychology book. We're not gonna actually get into which one, but I was gonna just check that book out, but then I kept walking around, and I kid you not, I like turned to my. Actually, I should mention this first. So they have, and I saw this the first time I went in there. They have like these 3 little rooms.
Yeah.
That you can basically kind of like reserve for free. It doesn't cost anything.
Damn.
So, and I like the first time I went in there, I saw someone doing a podcast in there. Like people brought their own microphones, like put it on the table.
Why are we doing that?
Because we're doing it way too late for the library. And I'm shut up from my phone all night. But yeah, I'm shut up. I can just click pause. That's fine. Anyways. So there's these 3 little rooms, right? And someone did a podcast in there. There's like another one to like for teenagers to like just go in there and play video games. Like they play Smash all the time in there.
Yeah.
And then there's just another room that's kind of like the.
Can you see inside?
Yeah, they're glass.
Oh, okay. So no one's gonna fuck there. Cool.
Yeah. No.
No.
But anyways, this is like right when you walk in, you see these 3 little rooms.
Yeah.
But if you go more left and you walk in, and I remember it was kind of surreal to be honest.
Yeah.
Because like I was walking, and then I looked to my right and like it's glass, like they're glass rooms. So I turn around and I joke. I'm not joking when I say this. Professional studio.
Fuck.
Like high end tech. Like this. It was a studio for music and video.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know a lot about like music gear, it was 100% clear that this was like the most high end music gear.
Yeah.
So like it had like all the 1,000 sliders like all
Yeah,
of those.
no, it was like really high because there was like DJ stuff in there too.
God.
So it had the turntables.
It had the turntables. It had like really high end versions of them. They had a sound booth, like the booth built in the studio.
So we can do Foley work in there.
Yeah, or like even if we wanted to do like if everyone
Like
wanted to go in and do
singing.
music or like go
Audio
do,
recording.
and you can just reserve it. It's free. And there's
I'm using that place. Fuck.
and there's this dude like there for the. I only met the music dude. I didn't get to meet the film dude because he wasn't in that day. But the music dude, he's like a professional
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah.
He just decided to dedicate some of his time to teach people like hey, let me help you out. Like of course he's not a teacher, so he's not gonna like help you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But he will guide you.
Yeah.
And I talked to him and he was like really chill, really cool. And he let me in the sound booth because the sound booth is closed. Like you can't just walk in there. He has to be there.
Yeah.
I walked in, bro. It's like so like quiet in there. It's like beautiful. There's like amazing green screen in right next to it. Green screen with lights already there.
Oh, so we don't need to figure out key lights and shit.
You don't have to figure out the lights, and you can use their camera. And apparently, like it's a film camera. Like
Oh.
it's like a cinema camera.
Ari?
Okay, it's not that high end. I think it's like a high end Sony one.
Oh, okay.
It's like I think he said it was like an FS7 or something,
Yeah.
which is like the high end Sony cam right now. But like they have all these gears just like there, and then any of the softwares, including FL Studios, Ableton Live,
Oh shit.
they had it there for you to use, and then Premiere,
Okay.
Avid, Final Cut, everything was just there, like every software, and they were still working to get more.
Fuck.
Dang.
Like I'm not joking. Like, and you gotta keep in mind, like
It's free.
no, I know no one's watching, but I need to look directly into the camera. This is in the hood, okay? This isn't just like this isn't nice, like area where like white people live. This is like, people dying outside type of hood. Okay? But this library is nicer than anything that is like in the white neighborhoods. Like, I'm like, why is this here?
And the Henderson one is just like,
the Henderson one out here is just, it's decent. They have a good collection of books. Like, I've been through it. But
it's just the books. It doesn't have anything else like that.
yeah. Like,
because that sounds fucking crazy.
no, it's insane. And I told Aaron, because like, he should meet the dude, like the producer dude, because like he wants to do music.
Because we need to talk to the film guy.
Yeah, and I still haven't met him. I heard of, I think his name was, it started with an A. I really don't remember, but like, you can reserve that place, and I know that the music studio is more reserved. Like, the music's like, the sound booth is more reserved than the film studio, because apparently not a lot of people use the film versus
we're gonna use this.
But so if you reserve the music one, it's like about 2 weeks out that you have to reserve it.
Yeah.
But I heard like the film one is just like, you could like, since there's not a lot, it's like 2-3 days.
Wait, is your computer power enough to do green screens?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, mine can.
Because mine clearly can't.
Mine can do it.
Okay.
The only thing I would probably do to make it slightly better is add more RAM. But other than that, it's like...
Okay, so we should probably reserve one day just to fuck with the green screen.
You have to come down to my side of town.
Yeah, I don't care.
But no, I think I need to go down with Aaron too, because I want him to go to.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like we should.
We can go to. Wait, what's tomorrow?
We should
Monday, but it's President's Day.
Tomorrow has the thing with all those people.
But if we wake up early enough, we probably won't. But,
but my point is like we can do like a Gen Z video with green screens.
I mean, I don't know if we should go there and like see it first before we reserve it, and like.
Yeah, I know, but like I think we should at least fuck with it. Like, we never play with the green screen.
Yeah.
Like, remember for our project, Promise Me, we always wanted to do a green screen for that one shot.
Yeah, that one shot with like the void. Yeah.
But I feel like in the future we can just use that.
Yeah, when we actually turn in Promise Me like we should have.
You guys never turned it into the Garden.
We never turned in the final.
No, okay, so this is what happened. We told Garner, like, hey, this project's gonna get finished. I promise you. But like, please put in a grade so we're not like failing, because I think there was only 2 major projects that quarter. So he was like, okay, because we were the good kids in that class, so he trusted it.
Only good kids, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that the good kids, because there's people that did stuff.
No.
But we were the only ones who tried.
Yeah.
We were the only ones that tried.
With story, script, fucking everything.
Storyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Storyboard.
and shot sheets and all that stuff. But we told him that, and then, things happened, because the problem was, we got technically all the scenes done with the ones with me and who
X.
And I didn't want to have to do that in the first place, because like the reason why I had to do it with her was because
the actor we wanted couldn't do it.
Yeah, the actor we wanted couldn't do it, and we wanted to finish it by the deadline. Like, it wasn't like we weren't trying to finish it by the deadline, but like the actor we wanted to do, blue.
Fuck. Blue.
I mean,
Blue.
No one would know.
Yeah, I know.
But Blue and his girlfriend, those were the people we wanted to be the main actors.
And the time they just keep like.
Yeah, they
couldn't make it.
Yeah, they
eventually never did make it.
Yeah, they never did make it. Because what originally happened was, once we figured out, okay, we probably aren't gonna get them for the main actors.
So we're gonna let them do the side characters.
Yeah, and then I was like, screw it. I have to do this because I want to turn this in, and it's not like we're gonna find actors that easily. So it was me and my ex doing all these lovey-dovey fucking parts, and it came. So some of it actually, because we did date, came out with like amazing chemistry. Like, to this day it still shocks me how much chemistry like comes through that the shot. Yeah, not just the one shot. There was so many of them that like bled through. That one it was like almost like
perfect.
Like,
yeah.
Which one? The spinning one?
The spinning one, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think of the other one.
Which one?
The fountain one.
That one too. That one worked.
Okay, those shots, I was.
Yeah, he was dying.
I was dying. Like, especially the spinning one, because I have, like, the fucking rig on.
Oh, yeah.
And then another thing is, like, I have to, like, we have to do within a certain beat, you know?
Yeah.
Like good cinematography and blocking is all about the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then so I keep, like, we need to redoing it because I need to get the right rhythm.
And
And we keep, the first few is always, like, not good for me.
You also have to keep this in mind. This one big thing in mind. We didn't use the Steadicam right at the time.
We were stupid.
Because the weight, okay, so there's weights at the bottom that go like this, and they're supposed to go this way. We kept using it this way, so it didn't help. It made it actually worse for us.
Yeah. But the shot is basically like they're going down, and then I have to spin around them.
Yeah, and so you have to realize the miracle of that shot.
And I'm like, we've been working all day.
Yeah, we were dying.
Yeah, like,
But
like for me, it was like I'm just sweating.
But anyways, I'm trying to chug through on why this never got done.
Yeah.
But so then we wanted, Blue and his girlfriend to
Do side characters.
to be the other two characters, and they're like really quick. Like we could have done them in a couple hours.
In one day, like we can definitely do it in one
Yeah,
day.
we could have done it in a couple hours. That's all we needed. But
They still never showed up.
they still never showed up, and then the
At
like
one point, like I was going to ask the girl who went on the Reno trip with,
yeah
the one who singed.
yeah
Remember
yeah
her?
yeah
I was gonna ask her and her boyfriend, but I was like,
that felt weird.
yeah.
But at that time we were already on a deadline. And then by that time we asked Garner like, hey, can we get can you just give us the grade, and then
And all the gear.
I mean we had the gear before then, but what's it called? We were like, hey, can you give us the like, can you just trust us and we'll do it? But then since we never got anyone else, the time between
No, it's like after graduation, and then we were still trying to do it, and then like we could never get people, and then you got busy.
and then I got busy, but like my point is, once we could have done it, I looked too different
Yeah.
from what I was in that thing. So the only way to actually do it again is to just start from scratch. But at that point, if I'm going to start from scratch, I really, really don't want to be the actor anymore. I want to be behind the camera, because I as much as I think I was the best actor in our group, in our little like video group, I don't have that good of a range. Like I don't. Like I could have pulled off Promise Me, because Promise Me was near and dear to my heart, and was the exact emotions that I felt. So I could have pulled it off, but I think I would have just been better behind the camera, because it was my story that I absolutely loved, and it was my story that I still love to this day. And
Oof.
I just, if I'm gonna do that story again. Okay, so I'll finish off my quick thoughts, because we kind of had a heart attack because we just thought we lost the whole ass podcast. But I'll finish my thoughts on Promise Me really quickly. Basically, I want to be behind the camera. I want to bleed for that project, whether it becomes a feature or whether it's a longer short film. It's gonna be turned back to that teacher, and it definitely is gonna be. It's definitely gonna get to him. It's gonna get to Garner one way or another, but what's it called?
Maybe. To be honest.
I made a promise, and I have a hard time not keeping my promises. Like,
So we have to do it.
there's a part of me that is not gonna be happy until I do it.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to do it. Like, I feel like now, if we do it, that script, it would be way better.
We definitely need to rewrite it, and I think it would be longer, to be honest.
It would be longer, and the shots and the direction would be much, much better. Because at the time, I'm still really...
Well, not
Amateur.
only that, but for me and you both, I think I've become a better script writer, and then
I definitely become a better director.
You definitely become a better director, and I also think we've also branched out a little out of our like
League.
yeah, because like I've been taking, at least I've been better at giving directions as a director, and
Yeah.
you've been better at writing your stories. So, I think Aaron just left, but I think if anything it would be better. But I also think we would not. The biggest part about it would be that we wouldn't have a time crunch, because that was what I think. And in every school project that we did was the thing that killed us, because to be honest, and I get it, it's a class, so you have to do it this way. There's no other way of doing it. But in a class where you have basically 3 weeks to do a project, and we got more and more ambitious with each project that we did, and each project started to get longer and longer and longer, so
Every
it became
project
harder
is
and
like-
harder.
Every project we do there's always a challenge.
Yeah.
For us, yeah. And then that's why we keep evolving, I think.
I mean, I think the moment we really pushed our limits for the first time, at least like in a good way, because we pushed our limits in every project, but I think the first time we pushed our limits in a good way, and I think it was noticed, was a horror film.
Yeah.
Because a horror film took the most amount of cast and crew that we ever had. It wasn't a lot, it was a lot for us.
Yeah.
Because we went from
We had
like
nothing.
4 people to like 6 and I think it was 7 actually. It was 7 people working on that project.
Me, you, the killer, the curtain, the star. So there's only 5.
5?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it 7 because of the other people that had to be in your group? Or did you guys manage to get rid of them?
Oh, because like that kid and that kid, that's always like never do anything.
Oh,
That group?
yeah, the freshman.
The freshman and the J.
No, I think the thing with him, with Jay,
Yeah.
was like he couldn't do weekends. Oh, I took out the filament, so you have to like flick it now. What's it called?
On the podcast, we just see.
Yeah.
Flipping a knife.
We're probably gonna cut that out because of YouTube, but I don't want this to get like striked or anything.
No, we're gonna get Me Too'd because Aaron pulled a knife out.
But basically, like Jay, he cared because I know he's worked on stuff with us. But the problem is he couldn't do weekends.
To me, like, because I only worked for him that 1 year, like, he probably did care before me joined, but it's like for me, it's like he didn't really.
The thing is, he couldn't do weekends because he took care of his
Yeah, but it's like
family. And we usually, the problem that became with us as being leaders is that we wanted more time. We couldn't be happy with the time we had during school. So we did every project during a weekend because you had I'm gonna give you a good example. When we did the funny version, like the first funny project we ever did.
Yeah.
He took everything because he could be there.
Yeah.
He did his absolute best in that, and what's it called? His best wasn't amazing, but
Yeah.
what's it called? He did try.
Yeah.
And I think that was just because we chose inconvenient time for him.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But
Wow.
Just vibey.
Yeah.
but that class was fun, I guess.
That class, though, it's just so hard to produce a short every 3 weeks. Because
like the writing take a lot of time, and then the planning also takes a lot of time.
and then actually like filming days, I think because of the way that was structured and because we started to get really ambitious. I mean, Promise Me was really, really ambitious for us, at least at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, not anymore. It's like kind of
Right now, my ambitious project is Run.
our ambitious project. I think that's probably
For the
gonna
both of us right now is the
is
the
going to be
Crazy
that
the
music video.
Yeah.
Because it started out as complete BS, and then we were like, what if we do this? What if we do...
We bought these lights for it.
Yeah, the lights that are lighting us right now. And, oh God, we're so dumb. I was going to buy like a $600 lens for it. And I was like, okay, I need to stop.
Yeah, like Like I just.
I don't
wanna,
need to eat for like a couple.
I don't need to pay my bills.
Like we should probably just see it as
Yeah,
more of
lens.
a, like an opportunity to try things out, because that's why I really want to do this project with her.
Yeah.
Because her ideas are always fucking crazy and shit, and it would be really fun to work with her. Like, it's kind of like working with David Lynch.
In a sense.
Yeah, David Lynch is like, your dreams are like dreamy. Your ideas are really dreamy. When you're on set, you need to put time in to get dreamy and stuff. And literally one time during one of the interviews, like no, not interviews, like a video of him talking about Twin Peaks, and then I think it's one of the producers said like, oh, we only get this set for 2 days, and he's like, can I stop you for a sec? I just want to be honest here. I fucking hate that we only get 2 days on this set. That set is amazing. Like when I'm there, I need time to be there to feel dreamy. I need to dream all these shit up. I cannot just be there in 2 days and leave. I need more time. Like it's just so David Lynch is such a different animal.
But you got so off track. But yeah, we're probably gonna get this one to help us because we kind of need you.
Is this the project where it's like you just need like some more cast?
Not cast. We need crew.
Oh yeah, crew.
We need crew. The problem is, like, to be honest, in a point we are now, we could get crew. Like we could if it was for a day, we could probably get a stupid amount of people. I think we could achieve that much. But
Yeah.
the problem is finding people who are dedicated enough, because this is not going to be a project where it's like one day and
everyone
you're
is
done.
gonna have fun.
We'll probably will have fun.
No, my point is like, oh, it's not just gonna be like,
It's not-
oh,
it's
we're
not-
not messing around.
Yeah.
No, we're not just gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be here. It's gonna be alright. You just need to like hold something. That's it. No, we're gonna need someone who's actually do shit.
I mean, it's not only that, but the time commitment from like it's going to be a multiple day project, and it probably won't be back to back.
It's at least 3 days. Like I'm not even.
I
least.
honestly, after all the ideas we're adding, I think it's going to be more.
No, that's what I'm saying. At least. No, that's what I'm saying. At least. I know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take like.
It's probably going to be a week project.
Like 6 days, something like that. But I'm saying
we're not
at
gonna
least.
we're not gonna do it like teenagers, but
No, that's why I said to Andy. No, I said it to you. Like if it comes to worst, we just do that one part. That's it, and then we don't do the second half. Like because the first half is the one that's most important.
because it's her project.
It's her idea.
But yeah, we just need you. Plus, it would be nice to just have you, like, you know.
Just be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we also just need we need, because we're going down to the art district, and you know how I don't know if you've been down there, but it's like the part of the art district we're going to is really grungy and shady.
Yeah.
So you just need.
We need at least one person. We need one more person other than you. I need someone like I'm not even messing around. We need someone to like hold this and like the Joker one, and just to be like ready if someone tries to like, you know, snatch a camera. Because it was definitely shady. That's like, I was gonna like vlog and have fun down there, but like once
Once you got there, you're
I
like,
was like, yeah, no, I'm not
No.
pulling out the camera. And then whenever Jet would pull out the camera, I would just like hold my switchblade like ready, like this wasn't me messing around. This was like, I'm about to stab someone if someone takes this camera. And then Jet was like I think Jet is more scared because like I've been around that type of lifestyle.
I don't think I'm really scared. I'm just like kind of like, what's the word?
on edge.
Yeah, a little bit more on edge, because especially because you're like always like grabbing a knife. So I'm like seeing like, oh, this is serious now. So I'm like more on edge. Like I'm definitely not really scared, to be honest. Like I was
If
pretty.
shit happens.
I was having fun.
No, I still had fun that day. It was just the fact that like we're holding cameras that cost $2,000.
Yeah, like I'm just like the reason I was like really on edge. I was like, okay, I don't want to be like the stupid guy here, to be like, oh, let's do this, let's do some stupid shit.
Yeah, because if it was like I felt comfortable, what would have happened is he would have been just taking pictures and I would have been vlogging.
Yeah.
Because like I took a microphone from work, and it was like one of those vlogger mics, because the dude I work with actually has a YouTube channel, like a successful YouTube channel. And you know, what's it called? He left one of his mics there for when he went to Japan, and so I took the microphone and I kind of just like was playing around with it. So I really wanted to use it and have fun with it, especially because I made a promise to Jet about, it was almost a year ago, in like a couple months. It's a year ago.
When we were like in Reno.
Yeah, when we went to Reno, I made Jet a promise because he kept saying like, oh, why does Reno have all these artsy stuff but we don't? And I was like, you just haven't been around in the right places of Vegas. Because Henderson is so boring when it comes to the artsy stuff.
Yeah, Vegas doesn't have anything like that.
But if you go down to the art district,
cops.
if you go if you go down to the art district, it's just that. It's just art like galore. But we definitely are probably gonna need you, and I think we're just in general. I would like to have you more on set just for the reasoning of like
music wise, I think.
Music wise and sound.
Yeah, definitely sound. Like, sound is for like the on-set sound people. It's basically you just have a guy with you who like you have the equipment to hear every equipment.
And we might not even make you do the boom pump. We might actually just make you like worry about the amps and like how everything sounds.
And then the sound guy is and then other people will be like holding the boom.
Yeah.
So the sound guy's job is basically like get all the sounds necessary on set. Like he would be like, oh, we need room tone. Oh, we probably need some sound from that washing machine. Oh, we probably need some sound from that lake because it's in the background of the shot. Like you will have to be like looking like what.
Like you just worry about basically anything that deals with sound that would make sound in the area. Like if we record next to a river, like
record the river.
Record the river afterwards.
If
or
there's
something.
a fan, record the fan. Record
things that or like finding like good Foley things. Like if we're walking and there's gravel underneath us. Like, remember, yeah, no, and it's funny too, but like to be honest, that's what we need because the thing with, and I think me and Jed are trying to branch out in a little farther in the sense of like because we wear too many hats, in the sense of like we're director, we're sound, we're.
And definitely, that like I have a pretty. I don't think my stamina is like as good as yours.
Yeah.
Like when we're working on something, like I'll like get really tired and just lose track of shit.
Yeah, Jet's mental Okay, this is gonna sound like I'm trashing him. I love this dude. But Jet's mental fortitude for long periods of time is terrible. Like I've seen it in person. And even though I'm going through the same exact thing, like I still can keep rolling with the punches. Jet just starts to kind of like shut down.
Yeah, that's why I'm like one time I just told Dennis like okay, like next project where like when we're shooting something, I want you to handle every tech, and I will just focus purely on shots and directing, and that's it. Like because like all the previous shit we done, like we all wear so many hats, like it's just like it drains me out.
Yeah, like for Promise Me, like a good example from Promise Me, I was basically sound guy too as the actor.
Yeah, we didn't even have a mic.
No, we did have a mic.
Yeah, but we couldn't really use it.
We couldn't boom it.
Yeah, we couldn't boom it.
We just kind of like hit it in clever spots.
Yeah.
Like one of the fountain scenes. We literally, like, the steps, we literally put, like, the microphone, like, hidden on the side of the steps.
Oh, and the spinning shot that you like so much is, like, we literally just, like, put the freaking mic on the Steadicam.
But the thing is, like, that thing doesn't have a way to hold on the camera, so it was just, like this jerry-rigged, like, holding onto the camera. But we're trying to branch out from us doing so many things because it honestly takes too much.
Yeah. It
takes too much brain power.
And then I remember, like, when we, like, shooting, like, the first few scenes for Run, and then you, like, really helped me out.
Yeah. Because in that project, since it was such a small project comparative, like, in the sense of, like, there wasn't a lot happening. It's definitely ambitious in a different sense.
Yeah.
It isn't ambitious in, like, we're doing so much on set. It's ambitious, and actually, I'm not going to get into that because this is your story. You can get into that, but... What's it called? I had more focus to be able to do other things because Jet was doing his thing and we didn't need to do all this craziness because it's a silent film. There's no audio. There's none of that. So no,
there is audio. It's just there's no dialogue.
There's no dialogue. But we didn't have to worry about all that stuff. So all I could think about is because he was doing the directing. All I could personally think about was like, okay, is the technical stuff looking good? Is this looking good? Like that, and that experience, and working with Adam, that gave me another. I mean, I've been getting this a lot, working on every set I do, but the more hats you wear, the like tougher it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like almost, I don't know how to translate it to music, but it's like almost like if you're working on 3 different songs and they're all different genres and you have to do them at the same time.
I think the better what's it called analogy would be being or trying to make music, but like doing all the aspects of music. So like producing, and then the like copywriting, and then the like self promotion, and then like the mixing and like everything else, like of just like, you know, you putting yourself on Spotify, you pushing yourself, you all of that.
Yeah, that's probably it. But like we're trying to branch out to like finding dedicated people to just take a role, and you don't have to take that, like, you know, for our film friends, like, you know, we're not gonna, if this is your story and you want to direct, like, we'll give you that. It's not like, oh, you sound guy, so you know direct, we take direct.
Yeah.
But
like, we never really care like which hat we wear, but it's just like
we just care that we're not wearing too many.
Yeah, like,
because
you just need people who is like dedicated enough to like do something.
Because like I said, Jet's mental fortitude for long periods of time is terrible. But even like someone like me, who I think I have a pretty decently well fortitude, like not great, because I've seen people like freaking chug through so much more than I ever could. Yeah. But I have
all-nighters.
Yeah. But for me personally, like I think I have a decent mental fortitude, and it's clear because Jet can tell you, like, when he starts to lose focus, I'm the one trying to like keep him. If I'm not the actor, I'm like, hey, you gotta stop like slacking. But it's like especially like when I was like working, like we were doing like full day shoots, right? Yeah. But I only have one job, so by the end of the day, like, I'm physically tired, but I'm not mentally tired. Yeah, and my point being about me, myself, and I for a second there, is like, it gets so mentally tiring. Yeah, it's when you have to do so much, like. It almost becomes like I'm not even physically tired. It becomes like my brain, no work, die. Yeah, like you're just popping words. You're not popping sentences. Yeah, like, so that's why we want to build a better team, and a team that we can trust. Not just, and of course, you know, it's within. I don't want useless people. It's within due time. It's like we're not trying to rush like finding the right people. Yeah, but. You know, I trust you more than I trust myself sometimes. To me, it's more about caring. Like, if you care, you will try. But if you just don't fucking care, I just trust you, Aaron. I trust you sometimes more than I trust myself, because it was clear, like, you know, I haven't talked about this on the podcast, but, you know, when I was just fucking depressed as crap, like, you were always the voice of reason when I was the voice of fucking irrationality. And
bro, I'm stable as fuck.
and for that reason alone, I can trust you sometimes more than I can trust myself, because I know, as much as I pretend to be the most rational person in the room, I'm really irrational sometimes. Okay, can we talk about teenagers? Okay, you know what? Before we do, I want your like little glimpse into teenagers. I know you didn't see a lot. Oh, and I want to listen to
my glimpse.
Yeah, like your little glimpses and like what we've talked about, what you've heard of other people. Okay, keep in mind, like, keep calling Johnny Camino. Yeah. Just call him Camino, I think.
Rape scene.
No, talk about it. What do you think? What do you think about it?
How am I supposed to think about it?
I want you just to talk about the glimpses that you see from your perspective.
So like what I've seen, like, from like the Instagram posts of Johnny, like they all seem like mayhem. Like I already knew it was gonna be mayhem from like what I know, like from like
what do you know of him?
From like my friendship with him, but it's like, I don't know. And then it's like you telling me about like the story and like how like whack and like how come there like barely even is a story. It's all like impromptu. Like That just sounds like so bad.
I mean, the only glimpse you got, and technically it wasn't a lot, was that like when you popped in set for like 10 seconds.
And you guys weren't even doing
Yeah,
anything.
Okay, I feel like
Makes sense.
I'm the only one who has the ability to bring you guys all the way back from the beginning. I don't think you even really know this shit.
No, you told me the story.
No, like
I don't know it personally.
to the beginning. So Johnny is the guy who came up with the idea, right? And then Johnny's the director and with basically who came up with the concept. And then we don't want to name drop, so we're naming him in the movie's name. So in the movie, he's Johnny Camina, but he had this idea since like middle school, like, and then the reason why he had this idea because he always hated teenagers. Like as a kid, you know.
As a teenager, he hated teenagers.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oh shit! Did the camera die?
Something happened. I heard the camera.
The camera might have died.
I wouldn't be surprised. We've been recording for like...
What, 2 hours now? 2-ish hours?
Yeah.
Walking up, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, the battery died, so I'll continue.
So yeah, we reset the battery.
So I'll continue with the shit.
I'm gonna say over here, like there's this is the blocking.
Okay, so Johnny Camina. So he had this idea for like a really long time, and he always wanted to make it. And then he just keeps saying like, okay, so what I want teenagers is I just want everyone hanging out, and then let's just film us hanging out, and then we just cut everything together, and that's the most original teenagers idea. And then I was like, sure, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck, you know. So I just said like, just do it. And then after that, a very long period of time passed. And then he starts talking about it again. He keeps saying like, oh, I wanna do teenagers, blah blah blah, teenagers. So he grabbed me, Blue, and Blue's girlfriend. Blue's girlfriend. And then so the four of us got out at night to the park where the sewers were. Like,
Yeah,
were
yeah.
way there. And then I was like, okay, so what's it gonna be? So the first we did is we're at a tunnel. And I just set down the tripod and the camera, and then we just did super shit. Like the three of us, the boys, like we literally take our shirts off, and then just like we carried and we run all over the walls. And then at one point, Blue flashes penis to the camera, but the light was too dark. I couldn't see it. Like the camera didn't capture it. And then they're on the tracks. And then this is how you know, like, there's absolutely no writing. There's no like thought go through it. Like Johnny just said like, I want this shot just to be like the camera, like we were walking down the road and the camera tracking us. And then me and Blue talk about women squirting.
You see how progressive this movie is.
like you just want to do like how like show like the horniness of like teenager and stuff, but it's like I was like sure. So I had like so
bruh, do they even?
no, like the literally conversation, like they just literally had like a conversation about women squirting, like Blue and Johnny were like, oh, like do women even squirt? Like did it come? Like they're like talking about those kind of shit.
I'm gonna cup.
And then
You know what? Your voice for that actually sounded really close.
For what?
For
Adam Sandler?
for Adam Sandler, like you were pretty close.
I'm
Like,
gonna you have to make it more nasal, but.
and then another thought, Blue's girlfriend was booming.
Yeah.
So she had to like listen to this conversation of these two boys talking about women fucking squirting, and I'm like, fuck. Like I was like so fucking stupid. And Johnny wanted to like do like another, like he had an opening shot, and And then I just feel like this is creative bankrupt because he said like, oh, I really like this opening shot of this Martin Scorsese movie. I couldn't remember which one it is, but it's like the character woke up and then with like a voiceover of like this character talking about like his thoughts and stuff. And then he just basically wanted the same thing. Like waking up, voiceover and everything. And then his performance is just weak. To say the least.
Terrible. Absolute trash.
Yeah. And then
Kavina, if you ever watch this, yes, I said that.
And then
That's not satire. That's truth.
Unfollow him on Instagram.
And then
I
later,
don't follow him still.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
Jet, unfollow it. Well,
No. If I unfollow him, he'll cry.
I-
I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure he'll
I
actually cry.
think he's already cried about you because you got really, really, really
Yeah,
mad
at
at him.
one point I got really mad at him, but like no, like if I unfollow him, like he's so fragile, he's actually gonna cry about it. But that's not the story of the day. The story is like later on, eventually, like he said, like okay, I'm gonna like write like kind of a script.
kind of.
Kind of a script. Like
Maybe.
he wanted
Ish.
to do a movie.
Scriptish.
Like he just didn't really want a script, and then so he got me and Blue to like basically on their writing board. What's up?
You want to add an A to the JAD podcast?
to write about this, right? So, the first ever sit down writing about the fucking script is me and him. At the mall. And at the time, we didn't know about Blue's girlfriend's situation, which you know what I'm talking about, right?
He knows too.
He knows, yeah. But I don't want to
Yeah,
say it in the podcast, like. And then at the time, I didn't know about the situation, so I came up with this like, and Johnny was like. I had this idea for teenagers. Like I feel like teenagers need to be drama, right? And I feel like for teens, like there's a really big drama is like teen pregnancy and stuff. And I'm like, cool.
Okay.
I was like okay with this idea because like that makes sense because like in high school it's like shit happens like that. And then I give him the idea of like the like the condom stabbing. Which I still think is a pretty good idea for a movie. And then, later on, after like Blue told me the situation. Blue told me the situation. I felt really shitty about giving him the idea.
Oh.
You know, like because
No, I remember. I actually remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, like because of like all the things. And I feel like pretty guilty like giving him this idea, but at the time I didn't know,
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we keep on going, and then like Johnny got even worse. Like we were doing the script, and then Johnny wanted like terrible like abortion scenes. Like he wanted the character in the movie to hit the belly with like a corner of the table, something like that.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, and then do you guys know the movie Nymphomaniac?
I know the movie.
Yeah.
I've never actually watched it. I've seen previews and like
Yeah,
clips.
in the movie there's a scene where the main character got so many abortions, like the doctors like say no, and then but she's pregnant, so she basically did abortion on herself with a coat hanger. And that scene was really hard to watch. And then Johnny was like, I want that. With the same person. You know?
And for reference for you, she wants to actually like keep it.
No, but and I'm like, no.
So he's basically asking her to do something like what's against what she wants to do.
And I'm like, no, we're not fucking doing that. Like,
I'm just thinking back to the swim trip when he was talking about nymphomaniacs.
Oh yeah. Like I'm just like, no, we're absolutely not doing that. That's no. Like, I'm just like saying no, especially when Blue was there. But that's not only the problem. One of the bigger problem is like when we're trying to write the fucking thing. Like now I'm looking back on it, it's really mainly me and Blue giving all the ideas. Like he had the basic concept. He only had the concept and the premise. Yeah. But all the details is all me and Blue. Like Blue came up with all the stuff, and then he keeps saying like, he said like, oh, I want a party scene. Like he's saying like he wants these scenes and stuff. But we are the one who put in like the really detailed stuff. Like at least most of the time. I won't give him. I'm not going to say like he did absolutely nothing, but we did do a lot of stuff. And then later.
Wait, what kind of party?
Oh, the end party where like everyone's gonna, like basically the climax of the film.
Like is it like a house party, like a teenage house party?
Yeah.
I almost went to one like a couple weeks ago. But I literally got like about like 12 seconds inside the house because there's like 300 kids in there. Oh. It was literally just packed.
Bro, why wasn't I not invited?
Because it was like instantaneous. Like my friend,
bro, you know that if you would have told me in that second, you texted me, I would have jumped on a freaking lift and got to anywhere you were.
I'll go too.
My friend, the one that you don't like the girl. Yeah, she's the one who got me.
L.
Yeah, she's the one who like invited me. So I'm like, screw it, I'll go. And like my sister also went too, because my sister was really trying to go. But, like, I didn't want to go. Well, then my mom's, like, she asked my mom if she could go. Like, she could only go if I went. So, like, I had to go. So I went, and it smelled so much like weed. Like just the entire block smelled like weed.
Just cannabis? Yeah.
It was all so strong, and it was so bad. There were so many kids. It's like if you walked into, like, here, like, ish, with the door. And like you couldn't get in anymore because there was just like people, just like one here, and just like no, it was too shady.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can see why you left.
Especially even more since like it was about to hit like 10, so it's like once they hit 10, like the neighbors could have easily called the cops and just like totally screwed up. So it's like instead just like we left.
Yeah. But I don't know. Okay, back to what I was saying. One of the bigger part of the script is he keep wanting to rush it. Like
I mean, I don't know. That's not really a part of the script. That's more of like I'm gonna go in a little.
He wanted it out for like three days ago, right? He wanted to get it out for 3 days ago. For Valentine's Day.
He wanted it done, edited and finished and made to like be shown, and then he made a short film due that day. And then his short film never got done that day either. But
it's like he promised. Okay, that's the script aspect. But like the beginning of the making of the movie, like it really pissed me off. Like when he started to promote this shit.
I've known him less than you.
Like when he's like doing all these like posts on Instagram and story and then announcements like. Oh, I'm gonna rent a theater and I'm gonna show it on. Like, okay, it's cool. It's totally fine for you to have your plans, but you shouldn't tell everyone, you know? Especially when you don't even have anything yet. Like, I feel like if you're like
making a bunch of empty promises.
Yeah, like if you're like done shooting and then it's in editing. Even though it's still pretty early, but maybe sure. Like you can be like, oh, I have this coming up. Be excited. Like I will still be pretty iffy, but I will not be I'll be fine, more fine than what I was.
I mean, let me talk about this for just a little bit. I'm not gonna go too into it, but this is the thing with him is, I feel like he wants to be able to say I made a movie, but he doesn't want to make the movie. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to do this for the passion. And it's kind of fun because I actually watched a YouTuber today, and I don't remember the exact like YouTube channel name. It was like Austin something, and he was talking about his first short film, his first feature film.
Yeah.
And he got, and it reminds me of Johnny a lot.
Yeah.
Because he went through his whole story, and now he's a better person, and he's like doing it for the art, not for the you know, the want to say I made a movie, the fame and all the other stuff. But the thing that the reason why I'm bringing it up is because he was talking about like this arrogance that he had, this like narcissism that he had, that he was like, that he needed to do this, and he was making a film to say he could make a film.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of Johnny so much.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. And my thing is, the reason, again, I want the same situation that happened to this YouTuber to hopefully maybe happen to Johnny.
Yeah.
But I don't have faith that it would happen to Johnny, because this YouTuber went through this whole thing of like, okay, he realized
like this is bad.
He went. Okay, so let me go through the general his story like really quickly. He wrote a short film really quick, not a short film, a feature film really quickly. Got like cast everything, even got like people and like investing some money in it. Invested his own money in it. Basically got through all the way through the end. It was a lot. It was rushed. He actually paid people, so this is a little different.
Yeah.
But he paid people, so he felt like he could like just, you know, make people do exactly what he wanted because he was paying them like they were just objects to him in a sense.
Yeah.
And you know, he got all the way through to showing it on a screen, like on a theater screen. But when he got to the theater screen, he left when it was showing, because he at that moment he realized it was terrible. And then throughout a while after that, he started to reflect on it and realized he was shitty, because he said, I never even thanked anyone throughout the whole production. And this was like months of these people's lives. And he didn't even pay his own best friend, who dedicated so much time.
Yeah.
He paid everyone else before his best friend. That's kind of like the dick thing he did.
Yeah.
And, you know, he did all these other things. But, like, you see him now.
Yeah.
And you see this person who
It's
definitely grew
Yeah.
from that experience. Definitely doesn't want to do the same mistakes. And I kind of wish that the same story happens to Johnny.
For Johnny, it's like he is appreciating our work, for sure. It's just like he doesn't know what he's doing. That's the problem for me. It's like when we were writing this script, I was reflecting on the idea of the script itself. It's all about these male characters trying to pursue women, and it's really masculine, the story so far, and it got me thinking like everyone working on it so far is all guys. Like the most of the casts are guys.
Yeah, it's a sausage party.
Yeah. And then the entire perspective of the story is all from male perspective, and I'm thinking like, what's like the female perspective? So I found a girl, like a friend of mine. Like,
You found a girl, you just like walked in the streets.
No.
Tell me your experience of being a teenager.
No, it's like
I know.
it's on Instagram, like
No,
like
someone I know. I know.
Yeah, someone I know, and then like I texted her, so like to ask questions about like, so what is I gave her like a whole ass interview, and she's like surprisingly supportive. It's like giving me like really thoughtful and long ass answers, and like I got so inspired by like these conversations. I was like, fuck, like I have a whole new perspective on this idea of a script now. So I basically just have like a huge brainstorm that I just came up with an entire movie. Like, even though it's like really rough, like an outline, but I feel like there's so much potential in it that I
know. I read it. And
I was really excited about it.
I know. I was the first one to see that outline.
Yeah.
And
I said like, Johnny, do you want to do this instead? And he's like, nope. And then he admits it.
Yeah, he admitted one. I remember this. He's like, oh yeah, I know Jeb made a better version of it, but I want to do my version of it.
I'm like, fine, okay, but it's just such a hollow of a tusk, because he really didn't really think it through for the movie, like what scene goes to what, and then what the scene means what.
I'm gonna end this conversation because I'm really tired of talking to him. Because like you guys, like I know there's no audience behind this, but I have to act like there is. What's it called?
You must.
What's it called? You need to understand that when it comes to Jet and I's conversations, it always leads up to talking about him because that's how fed up we are with a lot of the things that's happened, and we care for this person dearly, and especially this one because he's known him for so long, but what's it called? There's only so much you can handle. There's only so much you can.
I'm just gonna go breathe.
Take, and I'm honestly like I need you to understand that like for me personally, I've talked about him so much that I actually get sick when I start talking about him again. Like I'm genuinely being serious. Like, so
walk up to him and unfollow him right in his face. In front of his face.
No, okay.
So this is what I will finish up
with all three of your accounts.
I'm gonna go brief. The script is a mess because there's like no ideas behind it.
He wants to improvise everything.
He wants to improvise. There's no lines, and then there's actually no notes on directing. There's no notes on cinematography. There's no notes on shot sheets, and so every day on set we're basically improvising, and that's the whole pain. And yeah, that's I think that's like most of it.
This is what I'll end it off with because I actually haven't even told you this. I haven't told anyone this. I've been kind of pondering this just because I didn't want to talk about Nico, but
Yeah.
since we're here,
Johnny.
I didn't want to talk about Johnny.
Yeah.
But since we're here, I might as well mention it. You know, I had a talk with him, and this was when I was supposed to help him make his shot sheets, and he didn't bring a goddamn piece of paper. But, you know, I had a quick like little conversation with him, and I was like, "Why don't you make this film when you're older?" And he was like, "No, because I want to make this when we're teenagers." But this is what pushes me over the edge just a little bit because it's clear that when he said that to me, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into it because I love psychology and blah, blah, blah. But it was clear to me at that moment, and I knew this beforehand, but it was extremely clear to me at that moment that he was just doing this for the fame because I thought of so many ways you could do this as an older person. Like you could open a journal up and start writing all your teenage experiences. Write every single thing that you felt, did, and even though that you wouldn't understand them as an adult completely, if you wrote every single feeling you got as a teenager, all the things you dealt with, all the mental battles, all the little things, you could write this as an older person, as an adult. And the other thing that he could do besides writing his own experiences is looking and asking other people, hey, while you're still a teenager, tell me yours.
It's like even though like if you grow up, like you don't like there's a problem you're facing, like, oh, my stuff is gonna get dated, but you could have easily avoid that by making it like a period piece. Like it's not even a period piece, like nostalgic bait. Not even bait, it's just a nostalgic film. Like, oh, it's my teenage youth.
You could also avoid it by simply like getting the teenage experience of Gen Z, and then whatever generation is the teenage generation at the time when you start to make the movie, you go to a high school and you literally like, hey, go to like an English class, tell the like English teacher like, hey, I just need people's experiences. Can like here in the middle of class, can I like talk to some of your students, and then you can see what things are in common, and then have not a timepiece, like a specific time period, but a timeless piece. Because then you're seeing even them, who is there's a whole generation gap where he dealt with these same things. So then you can have a film for all teenagers, not just Gen Z.
Well, for him there's a shit ton to talk about, but yeah, I do understand that you don't want
I'm genuinely sick of it, so
yeah.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Well, I'm for sure we're gonna run into more problems in the future, but yeah.
We're definitely gonna talk about him, but there's only just so much I can take, man.
Let's talk about the fucking movie again.
Yeah, I guess so. So Aaron started out with what you hated about
let's
every
talk
single frame.
about let me do the synopsis first. So we just watched the Safdie brothers breakthrough film, Good Time, and it's like it got released in 2016. Like before Good Time, he made other movie feature length, like two. Like one is called Daddy Longlegs, and there's another one I can't remember. It's like about drug addicts. But their films are always like really grainy and about like these low class people like struggling with their life, and not even low class, just more miserable people, I guess. They have a really, really distinct visual style and a really distinct taste in music. So, I mean, I love it. I love this film. I don't know about you guys though.
Okay, Aaron, tear it apart.
Okay, calm.
Hate it. Just hate on it, dude. Go for it.
I mean, it's like I felt like it just moved like really fast. Like nothing, like so many things happened all at once. Like it just kept on going from one problem to the next problem to the next problem, and it's like he managed to resolve it, but then it's like it would just manage to get another problem, and it's just like
No spoilers, by the way.
What? No spoilers?
No spoilers. So there is gonna be spoilers.
Oh no, he's just warning people.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's no spoilers. Like when he went from just the beginning. It's like when he's talking to the therapist, and then like the main character comes out, gets him out, then let's go rob a bank. They go rob the bank. Then they take the money. They get away. But then the it explodes, and then it just like all just like keeps on going and going and going, and it just like.
Yeah, but I found it really funny is like you talk about it as a criticism, but most people when they talk about it, they talk about it as a positive. Like it's like, oh, it's like constantly moving on to the next problem. But yeah, like what do you think about it?
I'll say this right now, like I've said this a couple of times during this podcast, but I've literally only had 2 hours of sleep, so I did not analyze this movie like I normally would. Because my brain, how it works, and just like a quick rundown when it comes to analyzing movies. I see myself more as a writer than a director, and I kind of want to transition into being more of a director, like kind of evening it out, like being writer and director, not just writer and kind of director.
Yeah.
But since I'm tired as shit, I only saw this from a story writing perspective, and that because my brain like normally would analyze both at the same time, a little more on the writing side, but I always do try to analyze the shots, cinematography. This time around, I was too tired for the cinematography. I was just like, story. So, the story-wise, I have this enjoyment of it because there's so much that happens. And, when you first watch it and you don't, like, when it doesn't fully, like, filter through the analytical part of my brain, I was just like, why is there so much happening? But, like, now that I sat and it ruminated, it's like it adds this kind of like life feel of like life shit happens, and sometimes it's just gonna keep hitting you over and over and over, and you're not gonna get a break.
But it's not like life happens. Like they put themselves in this shit.
Yeah, but
they just keep on making it like even more shit.
So I'm gonna quote one of my favorite screenwriting books, and every story is a metaphor for life. Basically, and in this sense, this is this story's metaphor for life is life won't let up. If you knock yourself down the stairs, you're gonna roll down the stairs until you hit the bottom. And that ending shot, that was the only like cinematography that I really paid attention to, and it also only because it collided really hard with the writing.
Yeah.
That ending shot where like the brother just looks like dead in the distance. I nut, okay? I need you to understand. Like the second I saw that shot, I felt it in my soul.
Okay. Let me rant.
Bro, you're actually pretty good though at the Adam Sandler.
Let me rant about the movie a little bit. I love this film. I really do. Good time. I mean, it's not a good time for the characters, but it's a good time for me. But
Aaron's like, I disagree.
The visual I love because they have a really distinct, like they really like only using like telephoto lens, like which is like making the entire shot really tight. All you can see is their faces. Like there's basically no wide shots. I doubt there's any shots the lens are wider than a 50, for sure. And then it plus the tone of the movie that is like so chaotic that everything is going on, and then they use most of them are handheld, so it adds this chaotic movement and also gives you this really claustrophobic feeling because you're literally limited into the frame that you can't get out. It's almost kind of like you feel so frustrated that you're like trapped in this goddamn place, and then it kind of gives you, kind of just simulates this feeling when you're like, you cannot do anything about a situation, and then you feel trapped.
Life situation.
Yeah,
where
like
it
they,
keeps just
they
hitting you over
I feel
and
like they
over.
perfectly captured it. Especially, like the one time I really felt it is like when Kanye was at the bail station trying to bail his brother out, and his girlfriend's card got canceled by his mom. And I just remembered all these like tied up shots, all like these characters' faces, and I felt it so hard, but about the frustration, like, because I hate these situations, like, oh, I made a promise and then like this promise is not coming true to life, you know, like these kind of situations I absolutely fucking hate. And then watching this on film, I'm like, oh my god, where's the 10 grand? Where's the credit card not working? You know?
I think I would have enjoyed this movie because I'll be honest,
Yeah.
now the movie's a 7, but I think that's only because like my brain is not at the capacity
Yeah.
right now, because y'all need to understand, to be here right now, I did all my work yesterday.
And then it's just the and then I really like the lines, because Safdie did do a lot. They most do improvisations, right? Like, oh wait, Johnny Camina, that's called good improvisation.
Damn it.
So
You
like,
know, I'm gonna curse your name, Johnny, when I die, because I hate you so much right now. Not even because I hate you personally. I just hate your name right now. I just hate that your name exists.
okay, so back to the movie and the soundtrack. What do you guys think about the soundtrack?
Did the thing stop?
What?
Is it recording still? That's fine. No video.
No video.
No video for that whatever chunk it stopped. I don't care. We'll go back to just sound.
Think about.
I'm not gonna deal with the fucking video right now.
Okay.
I'm actually like, I know I'm no. This is how I know I'm extremely tired, because I'm starting to get really hungry, because the food that I ate today is not compensating anymore for the tiredness anymore.
There's still a pizza slice. We get it.
Bro, I'm starving. I could, like, I'm not joking you.
Yeah.
I could eat, like, if your thing was a whole ass pizza, I could eat it all.
You mean my dick? No, but what do you guys think about?
Bro,
the
I'd eat that. No, I'm joking.
What do you think about the
It's not
soundtrack?
much.
What do you? I think Aaron's the only one we should really ask, because he like music.
Like I said, they both use the same samples, so like that was probably a bad thing.
Well, both. What do you mean
that
both? They don't know what both is, even though they don't exist.
I'm gonna come.
So, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems and freaking Good Time both use similar samples of like that sort of like 80-ish, 90-ish synth style, but I don't know. I feel like it was more fitting for Good Times than for
Uncut Gems.
But other than that, I don't really have much else, because like I can't really listen to the music when the story's like everywhere. Just trying to understand what the hell is going on.
I probably do appreciate it more because I listen to it all the time. Like whenever I'm driving, I just put the shit up. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know, especially like the soundtrack when the acid hits. I listen to it all the time, and oof.
Honestly, this is just like advice. If you want to appreciate a score, just listen to it away from the phone. I love her score so much because of it. Like, I still hear, you know, like a million miles away, and it makes my heart just die.
Right
but
now,
in a good way.
I'm thinking about the part at the beginning of the movie when Theodore is walking on the bridge, and then it's like the music is like singing, and then he's like, play melancholy song. The melancholy song plays, different melancholy song. Sexy star pregnant photos. Do you want to watch?
I mean, I love all the soundtrack on her, but that's the one that like hits me the most.
The prequel to Joker.
To me, that hits me the most is when, oh fuck, think about it, he's making me sad. Samantha giving her monologue to say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. For me, for the Million Miles Away part, let's not get into my crazy brain, but let's ignore that I was gonna say anything about myself. But same thing with Drive. Like when I first watched Drive, I can tell you 100% I did not appreciate the soundtrack. But once I started to listen to it on my own time, and I won't spoil anything, but what's it called?
The one song we listened to once where it's like I just want to be listening to this. And
Yeah.
Which one? The Night Call or
I think it's Night Call. The first one.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah, that one. So definitely like when I first watched Drive, especially when we were hammered and like when we were hammered and I first listened to that, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Let me just do the thing.
Oh wait, was it the night that everyone was there?
Yeah.
Because
that's the first time. That's the first time I heard that.
We were like going through.
But like
night.
I didn't appreciate it as much, and like, it definitely is such a beautiful song, even with like the like super bassy, like almost auto-tune voice, like the deep end auto. Like it's not auto-tune, but it's like very bass boosted.
No, it's definitely being adjusted. Yeah, and I definitely. But go back to Good Time soundtrack. Like, I feel like this adds so much to the film itself. It kind of like, especially like compared to the visual. The visual is like really, really, the color, the saturation is up to the max. Like the faces is never like there's always some color lights on the characters, and then when I listen to this, it kind of just like combines the movie. It always give me this like really colored neon feel when I listen to it from now on. It just kind of just perfectly combines visual and sound together and creates this monster of a fucking movie.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I just paid attention to the story. I honestly, like, everything else, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm literally dying right now. But, like...
And we're about to go placement.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping. I told myself that when I realized... Because I walked up to my coworker today, who's a YouTuber, and I told him, like, he was like, oh, did you seem tired? Like, how much did you sleep? And I was like, 2 hours. I was like, I was up doing those videos. And then he was like, okay, just get some good rest tonight. I was like, no, I'm not getting good rest tonight. I know already that I'm not getting good rest tonight. Because I know the second Aaron wakes up, I'm also gonna wake up. Because I'm super sensitive to when it comes to alarms.
How about this? Do you guys like the performances?
I love the performances. At least from what I remember, because like you gotta remember.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
No, like the autistic character.
He's so good.
He's played by one of the directors.
Oh really?
Yeah,
one of the Safdie brothers?
Yeah, he's Benny Safdie. Yeah, like I had no idea when I watched it.
That ending scene proves to me how good he was acting. Cause like, that's how you know a shot is really well done is when it hits you. Like if you're paying attention to the story and it hits you really well, then, and you weren't even paying attention to the cinematography in the first place, that means you crafted a story where this shot was such an integral part of the story that you had to feel it through your fucking soul.
This is the movie.
Must be nice.
This is the movie that I liked Robert Pattinson. Like before that he was in like Twilight and shit, and I'm like, fuck. Like from that point on, I was like, okay, Robert Pattinson is actually an actor that actually cares about art.
I mean, I think it's the same thing with like someone like Adam Sandler, because I would actually watch the video on like how Adam Sandler was always a good actor. It wasn't like he was like all of a sudden became good because Punch Drunk Love or anything. Like they were showing the nuances of within all not all of his movies, but certain movies, that how he like could pull off nuanced acting, and it
Yeah, but Robert Pattinson to me is like, his career just definitely just changed for me.
Yeah.
Like before that, he's fucking Twilight, bro. Twilight, and then now he's in Good Time, and like that is like an actual genuinely great performance, especially like considering like it's all improvised. And later on, 2019, he did Lighthouse. Like I know you guys didn't see Lighthouse, but Lighthouse legitimate have the best performance of the year. Like between him and Willem Dafoe, oh my god, that entire movie is just pure acting. Like the acting just killed it.
This is completely off topic, but if anyone's watching the video and you see me keep fucking with this, don't worry, I'm a crackhead right now. I feel like a crackhead. But okay, let's talk about one film that I know all of us together haven't talked about, and I know all of us love.
Punch Drunk Love?
Punch Drunk Love.
Okay, I knew he was gonna do it. Oh, let's go Punch Drunk Love. Adam Sandler gonna suck your dick.
I'm gonna come.
Punch Drunk Love. That's oh my god. That whole film. That you know how I talked about Good Time and how like that one shot hit me.
Yeah.
That whole film hit me like that.
Yeah.
The whole film.
Punch Drunk Love it feels to me it's like super warm the entire time. Like I just felt so cozy the entire time, especially because of the cinematography. Like the cinematography makes it look so fuzzy and comfortable, even though some scenes are like fucking uncomfortable. Like the scene is uncomfortable.
Or his sisters. Fuck the sisters. Man.
Oh, I love them. Like they're so funny.
Fuck the sisters, man. Like I know they're good characters because they add to.
Wait, what did they call Adam? Remember why we always call you a little gay, something like that?
Little gay boy.
Oh, we call you little gay boy. Remember that? Yeah, we call you gay boy.
And then he just breaks the glass.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't want to take the spotlight because I know you actually really enjoy this movie.
I'm gonna come.
I think Aaron is at my level of crackheadedness right now.
I'm going on. But what do you think about
it was a good movie. I don't know what else to say.
He tired.
I have so much to talk about Punch Drunk Love.
I could talk about Punch Drunk Love all day too.
Let's go deeper. Like, let's go a little bit deeper to
I need to watch it again
to the meaning of the
to
movie.
be able to get a little bit more out of it.
Well, fuck it. Let's do it right now.
No.
Stopping the podcast.
No.
Punch Drunk Love Part 2.
But it's like okay,
No.
like for me like since the first time I saw the movie, my favorite line has been when Adam said, I don't know.
This is how you know he likes the movie because he doesn't quote a lot of movies.
Yeah. But the line was something like, I don't know if I'm wrong because I never know what normal feels like.
Oh yeah.
Like that line just perfectly captures the character for me. It's just like he just never understand what normal feels like.
I also.
And then
Shut up! Shut up!
Shut the fuck up. No, it's like this character is such a odd personnel. He's so disconnected from everyone that he just can't connect with anyone in his life.
But
because of
the chick is like the same way.
Yeah,
and
that's why they click.
But like I don't know if you noticed this, but I noticed how they play with colors and like how the state they're in, and you can always tell that she's one color ahead of him. I don't know if I love this fucking film. So I don't remember the exact color, so I might be messing up the colors.
Yeah.
But I think there was one point, I think it was purple or yellow. It was one of those two colors. She was
wearing purple, right? At the beginning of the scene.
No, it wasn't the first time you saw her.
Yeah.
But I think she was purple.
Wait, like you mean their dress?
Her dress.
I
Because
think she wore
that's,
purple.
I might be wrong about the color.
It was blue and red and yellow and white.
For her?
For her?
Yeah, but I thought Adams was always wearing that blue jacket.
Tie. The tie was the thing that changed.
Oh.
That's what I noticed because
until later on
when he wears a red tie,
yeah,
when you clearly tell he's in love with her.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the movie, he's wearing a blue tie.
Yeah.
Clearing I think which means his sadness, his sorrow and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it changes to a yellow tie or it changes to a different color once. And you can tell because her dress, a scene earlier, was that color.
Yeah, so she's always ahead of
her.
She was
not in a car, and all of a sudden his tie just turned yellow.
Yeah, sometimes the tie changes in the middle of a scene, and you won't notice because
I didn't notice.
This is how you know I love this film, and because I dug, and I remember when I watched it for the third time with Aaron. I was just nutting so hard at everything. And I'm pretty sure I warped a little bit of his experience.
Yeah.
Because I kept mentioning the color.
The colors. He's blue now. She's blue.
Yeah, I didn't explain it. I just kept saying stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like
She's pure.
But I love.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the.
I'm gonna eat your.
I just really like the dinner scene.
Ooh. And then when he like
sorry, I need to go use the bathroom. Okay, it's fine. I watched
Sir,
it.
please don't do this to me.
I watched it with my dad's friend. Like, my dad is not a movie person, so he like left in the middle of the movie. But my dad's friend, when he saw Adam just fucking destroy the bathroom, he and I were just dying. Like,
and then that scene with the party with the sisters.
yeah.
I think one of the most obvious cinematography ones, and I'm gonna mention this because I think everyone who's like super film buff and watched this movie notices this one scene. I don't know if you did, but because you're not super film buff, but he breaks all the fucking windows, but the one in the middle doesn't fully shatter, but he's standing there.
Yeah.
Signifying his like shattered state in that point of his life.
Yeah, of course.
Like stuff like that, and that's throughout the whole movie. The softness of the lens, like, it's beautiful because it's that whole movie has a softness to it, a soft warmth to it, and in the movie it's a little cooler towards the beginning. It's blue, and you know, my guy just left, but there's a blue hinge to it at the beginning, and it turns into this like warmer hue towards the end, especially when you get to Hawaii. It's like this warm, nice, like buzzy feeling.
Like the bouquet is just starting to go crazy.
And then the music like. Like the music when
he needs me.
That song, especially when he's in Hawaii, and he like, you know, is with it.
Like because the introduction of the girlfriend character, like you see how much he changes. Like all the sisters were like bullying her the entire time. When he's in Hawaii, he's like, "You shut the fuck up! I'm gonna fucking kill you! Like, why are you treating me like this the entire time?" Like he just goes off.
Yeah.
Like you can clearly. That's like the pure evidence of like.
There's like a breaking point.
Yeah, there's like a breaking point. Like he's not a bitch anymore.
It was a breaking point, but a breaking point in a different way, because usually when you hear breaking point, you hear like someone has just had enough.
Yeah.
But he had enough not because he got pushed to a limit. Yeah. He had enough because he finally changed to a better not a better person.
He just changed.
He changed and accepted who he was.
Yeah.
And because he finally accepted who he was, because the thing with the nuance of this character, sorry, I really love this film.
Yeah.
The nuance of this character is he is really strong, but he's strong but fragile.
I think he finally accepted himself because he finally found someone who is ability to accept him.
And then like when they talk, it's not a piano. I know there's a name for it. I keep forgetting.
Like the thing.
Yeah, the piano thing.
Like that shit confuses
the
me.
subtext. Oh really?
Yeah.
Bro, it was so obvious
to me. It's like symbolized like the brokenness of him. To me, it is.
I think exactly. This is what I think.
Yeah.
I think it's not. It doesn't symbolize the brokenness. I think it symbolizes him.
Yeah, like
exactly. Not like this is his character.
Yeah.
Exactly his character.
So like he is the corny.
Almost like, because I never talk about this, but like I see myself as like if I was an object, I would see myself as a rose. And I'm not gonna get super into why, but like basically I'm a romantic. I will stab you back because I have thorns, but I'm also really fragile, and even though I can like hurt you like all hell, I'm pretty fragile as a human being.
Yeah. And
I can go a little more into it, but we're not.
Yeah.
But I think it's in the same vein as like me to the rose is Adam Sandler's character to that thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, to me, the thing never got fixed, right?
No, what's it called?
Like they kind of just ducted it, but it didn't really work.
I think because the reason why I think it's him.
Yeah.
And it's because I think in a sense he was always going to be broken, and I don't think he ever got fixed.
Yeah.
And she has this moment. The girlfriend character has this moment where she's talking about it, and if you pay close attention, this is like the super like writer in me.
Yeah.
I noticed the subtext because when she was talking about the thing, she wasn't talking about the thing. She was talking about him.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the thing represents. I mean, there's multiple reasons why I think it represents him.
Yeah.
But and I even said this to Aaron. But
the little tiny piano, what's it called?
yeah, I don't remember the name. What's it called? I think it represents him because she accepted that thing. Like the way she talked about it.
Like she was
she
the one
accepted
like he
and
likes it.
Yeah, and even though it was broken,
And
she
every other character is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Where do you put it in?
even though it was broken, she still liked it.
Yeah.
And that was the subtext for saying like, bro,
Yeah.
I know that you're not like this perfect human. I know that you're like broken, but I accept you for what you are.
It also gives me like kind of like a interesting idea of like similar people.
I'm gonna come.
It's like similar people attract similar people. Like,
Yes.
The Chinese saying goes like,
Well-
they go, oh, never mind, I forgot.
Well, it's a flock in English. It's a flock of feathers fly together.
Yeah, it's like that kind of shows in the movie. Like a lot of these characters, like when they're similar, they're all in groups. Like the gang of like the bad people in the truck. Even I love the scene when they got fucking busted. Throw the fucking crowbar, punches them. But okay, but it's like you see like all the sisters, they're like so similar, and then Barry is just isolated, and then he is so alone the entire movie. I just feel like he's so alone, so he starts to like reaching out for intimacy from freaking porn, basically.
Yeah.
Like the call girl is basically like, oh, are you
hard right
are
now?
you shook
He's
in
like,
the
no.
dick? No.
You're like, no.
Like
Like, you
he's-
sure? Like, no.
Like he's just kind of so disconnected from the world that he doesn't really kind of understand fucking sexual services. He just kind of he's searching for something totally different from what he expected.
And then at the end, he kind of succumb to like, you know, he beat his dick off.
What?
At the end of that sequence. Don't you remember?
No, I don't. Did he?
Yes, he did. That's the whole thing. Why like they attacked him and all that stuff, and why they called him a pervert, and all this other stuff.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Bro, I watched this movie 3 times. And
I watched it 2 times, but I never saw him being the dick off.
Well, he does it like sitting on the chair,
Yeah.
on the phone, like facing towards the wall. Like there's a table, so camera's back here. He's sitting in this chair facing.
Is that
this
the
way.
one shot? In the one shot?
I think.
Because I really like the scene because he didn't beat his dick off.
I think he did at the end because he was like this hunched over, and you saw his hand moving. What do you think?
I don't think you did.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he did either. Probably need to rewatch it just to confirm.
Pull up punch. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Right now.
Yeah, but I really think like to me like if he didn't add to the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if he didn't just because it means like he's totally searching for purely just human connection instead of anything sexual. Like the sexual part of the call means nothing to him. All he wants is just to talk to someone. That's it. Talk to someone that's not going to be like, oh, we used to call you gay boy, remember that? Like, talk to someone who might actually, like him. But, lucky for him, he found someone that truly accepted him, not instead of some fake love, you know? And that's, like, the happy ending for him. Like, think about it. He's weird. He's a weirdo. He gets coupons for fucking infinite plane rides.
Hey, bro, I do the same thing. Buy 1,000, whatever it's called, pudding cups, and then go anywhere for free. Especially now with how like airplane tickets are.
I mean, it depends on what time of year you go. Anywhere.
Is this
All right, but like free.
Okay. Okay.
Anytime.
But there's actual ways of doing that nowadays, but it's a little different.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get into strategies because I don't know them, and even if I did, I would die right now. But
Credit cards.
I love that movie, Aaron. We're watching it another time.
Right.
You're watching it for your second time, and I'm watching it for my fourth time.
And I'm watching for my third or fourth. I can't remember.
But I love that movie so much. I
Is there anything you want to talk about today?
I would analyze a little bit more, but I want to end this podcast because
I kind of want to talk another movie.
I want to end this podcast only because if we're gonna play Smash, let's play Smash and then let me die.
Okay, can we just talk about one more movie?
Which one do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about her.
Okay, Aaron, go ahead.
What? The fact that I didn't really like it.
Oh, you didn't really like it?
Well, I can't relate to the same level that you guys can.
Yeah, because I told you about this a little bit.
No, but it's like I don't feel like you have to relate to it.
I think in a sense you need to understand the sense of love.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you have this disconnect. And I only say this because of him, and maybe I'm completely off kilter, but the thing with Aaron, and I knew this kind of from the get-go when it started, that when I first said watch her, I was like, he's gonna at least feel something, but then once the movie started and I was getting his reactions,
yeah,
I kind of immediately understood that if you haven't had that sense of love, it doesn't have to be like me who's had it for 5 years, he had it for, what was it,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, but you experience that feeling, and that's what makes that connect deeper, because you feel it.
Yeah.
Because I can say for you and I that we felt that movie. We felt it in a different way because, we went back to those memories. We went back to the people that we loved at the time, and deep down still do to a degree. And that's something that as much as a movie can convey that, it's hard to really understand that, because love is not easy to understand, no matter what words you put it in, no matter what imagery you put it in, no matter what you put it in.
Yeah.
It's not an easy concept to understand if you haven't felt it.
Well, to me, the movie perfectly captures it. It really does. Especially with the barrier they had. They have a really, really hard difficulty they have to go through, which is the female character, there's no physical form. She's a fucking voice. All you have is a little phone, and that's it. And that's kind of nuts, because the chemistry on screen is thick as water or whatever. It's so fucking thick.
Wait, who's the chick who voices?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, it was Scarlett. You're like, what?
Bro.
I actually couldn't tell it was Scarlett for the first time I watched it.
No? To me, it's the entire relationship build-up's in a really, really perfect way.
It feels real.
Yeah.
The kind whenever I talk about her, I always go back to my feelings, because that's exactly what.
Yeah, but I just want to talk about the writing right now, because for Samantha, she begins, the script is kind of genius by basically explaining the way they explain the character. She is not in computer. You really immediately realize that she has her own personality.
She's conscious.
Yeah, there's a person there.
The whole thing, they made that clear. It's not just an OS; it's a consciousness.
You didn't.
They literally said that in the movie. If you didn't understand that, you're dumb.
Yeah, but is it more about it made you feel the same too?
Bro, my filter is slowly wearing off, so I'm gonna just be rude.
But it really made you feel that way too. It's not
No, I agree, and I've had people say it's like, oh my god, it's so weird that she fell in love with or that he fell in love with Robot, and I'm like, did you completely miss the point of the movie?
It really felt to me, it's like debating the entire time, like, oh my god, is this weird? Is this weird or not? Like in the beginning, like when it first started, and then later on in the movie, I just completely forget that this fucking character is a computer.
I was a little different from the very beginning, and that's maybe that's because of the time I've had love, but
yeah,
what's it called? From the very beginning, I kind of already knew the direction that like he was gonna fall in love with the AI.
Yeah.
And I didn't find it weird because I've said this a million times, and I said this to people individually. I've said this to groups. I've said this on God knows what, but love is irrational. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because you will do things that will hurt you. You will do things that will put you in a bad situation just because you love somebody. You will do something that really hurts you, but it doesn't matter to you because you want to see them smile.
I wanted to do one thing at the time. Now I look back on it like that's fucking crazy if I did it.
No, and I completely understand that feeling. And the reason why I never felt that it was wrong. I never even questioned it was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I think that's exactly what Spike Jonze was doing. He was showing that. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I think he was showing that love is irrational. It doesn't have to be another human. You can love anything.
It's like it also goes both ways, because in the film, Samantha she wanted to do something for Theodore. It backfires, which is the part where they got a girl to to,
even though he was uncomfortable, blah blah.
They are basically she was basically trying something new to make Theodore happy, and then Theodore is saying yes to make Samantha happy. They are just kind of sacrifice at the same time for each other.
Yeah, and
when I first saw the movie, my interpretation of the movie is distance. The entire movie, the first time I saw it is about distance. It's not about the first distance is obviously about the physical form. Theodore is a human and Samantha is AI. And then there's always a barrier between them, which is physical. They can never really touch each other. The only way they can connect is through the emotion. Our human connections, when we have someone, you can touch, you can see, you can feel someone.
I can grab this titty.
But in the movie, all they have is
I'm gonna come.
In the movie, all they have is a voice, right? And then later on, the distance evolves more than just physical.
I think it's the recording. I don't know. Give up.
The distance becomes something more becomes something more about not just physical, more about intelligence.
And I think adding to that, it's not just distance, but the distance didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because, you have I don't know if it's considered a sex scene, but I'm just gonna call it the sex scene between them.
It is a sex scene, I think. To me.
I don't know. I
It should.
I mean, it is, but that's not why I was iffy about the definitions. People are iffy about the definitions, and I don't want someone to come at me for it.
Yeah.
But what's it called? That they had this deep connection, even though there was no physical part of it. God, I'm so glad I made these analyses way before this moment, because if I made these right now, I would sound retarded. But it's there was the distance didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, and love has no bounds. It's what's basically saying.
But to me, eventually did. Because the reason why they split up is because Samantha eventually becomes something totally different. She completely changed. From at the beginning and the end, at the end, it's two totally different animals.
But I think And maybe like I think this is where interpretations get a little different.
Yeah.
You're talking about that was distance, but I think that's
To me, it's like it's not only distance. It's about distance and change.
I don't think it had to do with anything with distance. I think it had
Yeah.
everything to do with just change.
Yeah.
Because that, God, I feel like an old fucking 50-year-old man, but you know, in my relationship, that's the thing that kills you. It isn't. It's never been the distance, because there was times where we literally couldn't talk for months and we still were strong, but it was the changing of who we were and how we grew differently in that relationship that at the end of the day ended us. So that's why I see it as in that like part of the in that like ending. It isn't the distance that separates them, it's that change, because in a relationship you grow and you change, and sometimes you change so differently because they changed you so differently, or because you met something new, or you find a new
And that's definitely
inspiration.
like the big part of the movie, because both characters are constantly changing each other.
Yeah.
And it's always really bittersweet, because the entire movie is basically about human connections for literally every character. Like Amy Adams' character, with the husband and the film she's making, and then the relationship with her and Theodore. Eventually, you see the ending shot with them sitting on a bench. But
I was shaking it. I was waving at the camera, not
okay.
anything.
But it's like
Jen was like, "Who's there?"
but it's like
Starting to see things.
the movie never said like, oh, are they together from now on? No, it's like human connections are always much more complicated than that. It's not just like, oh, happy ending, blah 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 blah.
This is honestly the deepest talk I've had about her, even though I've had these interpretations in my head for
Yeah.
like a long time now.
And the most interesting part, I told you this, but I don't think Aaron knows. Spike Jonze' ex-wife, I don't, or ex-girlfriend, is Sofia Coppola, and then
She's another movie director
Yeah.
and writer.
and in 2013, Hurt came out, and then 10 years ago, 2003, Sofia Coppola made a movie called Lost in Translation, which also stars Scarlett Johansson. It's about Scarlett Johansson meeting Bill Murray, and then these two kind of have like this incredible chemistry, but they're not together because Scarlett is married and then Bill is also married, but they're both in Japan, and then they're kind of just having this amazing chemistry and have this weird relationship together. So it is obvious to us, if you've seen both movies, it is obvious about us, like both movies are about their relationship, like in real life. Lost in Translation is Sofia Coppola's side of the story. Her is Spike Jonze' side of the story. If you watch these movies side to side, you will have so many fucking connections, because it blew my mind when I saw Lost in Translation. Like it's so obvious, like, oh, this scene is that scene in her. This part is that.
Jay, you have to remind me of this. I think I'll probably remember, but if the day our boy falls in love and then he gets his heart broken, we're making him watch her.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
That's not happening. It's not premarital if you don't get married.
You don't have to do the sex part. I'm just talking about like falling in love with it, because that's honestly what I think.
Yeah.
The difference between you and Jed and I isn't that we had different experiences. It's more that we experienced love to its fullest. I don't know if I would say fullest, but we experienced it. We experienced the irrationality of love, and you still haven't. Like you probably have gotten close-ish.
I dabbled a little bit in it, but not.
Not actually like jumped in the deep side of it.
Loki kind of sucks, but
You know, in a way, to be honest, I'm kind of jealous that you have it, because it's one of the worst pains. in my like life that I've ever experienced.
For sure.
But at the same time, it's like it's such a big aspect of life that you're missing. So it's like I can't almost.
Now I think about it, it's just sad. it's just painful. Like even though I'm thinking about the happy memories, it's like it makes me laugh, but it's like bitter, like super bitter.
I don't know. I guess we're getting into relationships.
Wait. Before we leave about that, like I feel like her is basically
titties.
No, Spike Jones. It's basically Spike Jones saying like Sophia, I think like you changed and then we grew apart. And then Lost in Translation is basically like Sophia saying like, oh, I think we're different people since the beginning. And then we end up together even though we shouldn't. It's like they're two set of stories. Okay, now you need to watch Translation or I'm gonna rape you.
It's downloaded. I have it downloaded.
Rape time.
But getting into the relationship side of it just a little bit. You said earlier that you see those memories and sadness, but you know after having like basically almost a year, it's coming up on a year. March 20th is a year, but
March 20th, your birthday?
No,
no, like it's the same day.
No, 30th is my birthday.
Oh fuck! I remember.
Damn, he doesn't love me enough to remember my birthday.
No,
I see how it is, dude, Aaron. Get over here.
Bro, you don't want me because I don't remember anybody's birthday.
Dude, bro, you remember my birthday.
I don't remember anything.
Dude, I love Blue so much, I still don't remember his birthday. Like, I only know it's in August. I'm just terrible with it.
I know. I'm fucking with you, but I know this one's terrible too at remembering those things. He gave me a gift for my birthday once on the 31st. But that's not the point. Let's regress. What's it called? I don't know if it's because of time. I don't know if it's because of how I think and versus how you think. I don't know what the difference between us is. Mm-hmm. But shut the fuck up, man.
It's a little bit scary that you don't know the difference.
No, because humans are complicated, and I can't. I'm not smart enough to decode everybody. I'm stupid like the rest of you.
Bitch, keep going.
But
bitch, keep going.
But he interrupted me. You gotta give me that. But,
keep going, bitch.
I don't know. I personally know for me, at first, when everything was going down and everything hurt so fucking much, that I did see those memories in a bittersweet. But now, I kind of like, I'm looking back and I'm not remembering the pain that came after. I'm just remembering the feeling within that moment and that moment alone. And I decided, I think there was a conscious effort that I did at one point to do that, because I thought to myself, 5 years is not insignificant. It is, you know, especially right now in my life, that's a chunk of my life. And
more than the fourth.
Yeah, it's a fourth of my life, and I'm young, I know. And but I know that this is going to follow me for the rest of my life. And I decided to not look at those memories with like this terrible like thought, because if I think 5 years of my life was actually that terrible, then I would have never did it.
To me, it's not like I look back on it, it's not terrible. Like I absolutely don't hate it. I love those memories. It's just like whenever I think about it, there's always like a little bitterness to it. It's not even like a bad bitter. It's like
there's no more memory.
That makes a lot of sense. I think we filled both cards up because this is, I have a bunch of SD cards.
I turned off.
Oh, I was gonna ask you to switch them, but you don't have to. It's fine. We'll just do audio.
It's just like
the JAD Podcast that was gonna be high production and just ended up being an audio again.
I mean,
it's just like when I look back on it, just kind of like it reminds me
of the pain.
Yeah, like
I mean
the feeling of never having
I'm not the best at being articulate right now.
Yeah.
I think if I was slightly more awake, I could be a little bit better. Someone give me an Adderall right now. No.
It's my tongue.
But
No Adderalls in this house.
being just a little bit I'm trying to articulate. I think terrible is the wrong word to use, because terrible is not the right word. Every time I remember the memory, I remember it for what the memory was. I don't remember it for what it would lead to at one point.
Yeah.
And maybe I think that's partly because the time, and I think that's also just the difference in how we think. But I don't want to remember every happy memory as sad, and I don't want it to always lead to that, and sometimes it does. But
Today I was just, don't know why, I was looking for footage of her.
I know exactly. I mean, when the breakup first happened, I wanted to delete every photo on my phone, but I didn't.
I never did.
I didn't either.
Like, okay,
I deleted some
I never
but those
did.
photos will not be spoken of.
I never did want to. That's my point. I never wanted to delete anything. Like, I feel like I'm a hoarder with stuff, like memories at least. Like, I never really want to throw shit away if it's like mean anything to me.
Hey Aaron, since there's no camera recording, can you just shut off the lights?
And what was I gonna say? Oh, I was like willing to do some really, really crazy and stupid shit.
Oh, bro, I understand.
I was willing to go to California.
Oh, bro, I had the same situation because I think I probably told you this, but
Yeah.
what's it called? She wanted to live in Seattle as like the end goal of her life. Like that's where she wanted to live, and I'm not a rain. Like I love rain.
Why rain?
I love rain. I love rain when it's not common, because when it becomes common, it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
But I was willing.
Not nice anymore.
Yeah, I was willing to suffer that for
Yeah.
her, and I even told her at the end there, like, hey, I'm willing to do it, even though like truly my life is in California and nowhere else.
To me, like the most pain for me is like she might probably don't even really remember me.
I don't think that's true.
No, but my point
No,
is,
I
like,
think it's just I get it. It's your brain.
yeah, but it's like I just feel like she probably don't even think about my existence as much as I do, of her. Like she's having a great life right now. Like she's having a lot of fun.
That you know of.
No, like she have a boyfriend and stuff.
That you know of.
Yeah.
You don't see the.
No, but it's
things behind
no,
it.
like at least she's like a really good boyfriend. And then he does definitely. I seen shit like he does for her, like during break. He just basically took her to the mountains and snowboard and shit. And then I'm just like, fuck. Like seeing other guys, and I can't even be mad at him. Like why what kind of rights do I have to be mad at him? Like it's not like, oh, she cheated on me with him. No, we separate our ways, and then later on she found someone else. Like I have absolutely no reason to be mad at him, but I'm just so. Every time I look at him, it's like,
And
fuck.
when I start talking, you might want to chime in for a little bit. Keep going.
It's like, fuck. Like this guy. Like I know you're cool, but god damn it. Like I want to kill myself.
No, I get why, and I've said this to my ex. Like, I know you both know the dude who.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's fucking terrible as a human being.
Yeah.
But I told her this: if you chose a guy who was better than me, or even just good to you, that I knew he wasn't gonna hurt you, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Even if it hurt me to death, because I would know at least you were gonna be treated well.
Yeah.
But I know I get so mad at her, and I don't talk to her like I used to, but I remember when I did, I would tell her all this, like, you know, why him? Like, bro, you're gonna get hurt. Like, it's not even me being the, like, ex-boyfriend who is jealous. It's just, like, me, like, bro.
That's dumb.
I see the train coming. Move out of the way. And this one gets viscerally mad for me.
Yeah.
He gets mad for me. Apparently, he gets mad at her posts when she posts stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate. Anyways,
So Andy. Yeah. One time I was like, it was like Rocky Horror Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the first person I picked up, and then she was, we were talking, and she like, oh, I think my sister told me that she thinks that I hate her. And
Oh, you?
Like me. I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, because like shit happened with Dennis and stuff. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I think
It's like your two's business. Like I'm not gonna hate you because you two have
I don't think
problems.
you hate her, but I do think you hate some of the things she did.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, because of that, fucking hate you because you did nothing wrong to me. Like even though I'm not saying like I'm not happy about what happened. No, I'm not saying that I'm happy about what happened, but I'm not gonna be like. And it just kind of feels weird to me.
There's no
like,
more camera,
There's
so
no
he
more camera.
so he just kind of flipped off the air.
No, and then I'm just like,
A lot.
I'm just like, why do you care about my opinion? I'm literally not a part of this
Well,
shit.
she like I know she told me that she thinks both of you hate her because like you guys are like really good friends with me,
Yeah.
and you know I think this one to a degree kind of does, but
As time goes on, I see more of her posts and more of the dumb shit that she and her friends say. It's just like, you're just.
bro, I don't mean to sound fucked up, but sometimes I feel like I dodged a bullet because
I feel like I didn't dodge a bullet. I fucking. I missed a bullet.
the reason why I say that, and especially recently, and you know, actually, you know what, I'm gonna be an asshole and show her this, just this part.
No.
Now I've told this to her face before. What's it called? The thing with you, X. I'm talking to you directly now. It's the fact that when we were young, you had ambitions, you had goals, you had things you wanted to do. And now I don't see that in you anymore. I just see you just wandering about, and this is not for me. This is not for me and my pleasure because you're not in my life. This is for you, and I want you to go somewhere. And I don't want to pop in your life some years down the road and see that you've done drugs and you have kids that you didn't want. Because I do see your life going down that path. But the thing is, I have hope in you. I see the good parts in you. I know that you could do so much more, but yet, right now, the way you are, you don't give me that hope. You give me that image of your mother, the image of going down the wrong path, and you don't have to go down that path. You can go down a better path. I know you can. I know for a fact, more than anyone else, I know you better than anyone else. I know how you think. And if you just had something to work towards, something that you wanted to do, something that you put all your energy to, because you're the type of person who puts everything and more into just one little thing, you could get somewhere. But as it stands right now, I don't think you can.
Gotta say, I don't think it's a good idea to show you.
Oh, I've said this to her face before.
Yeah, but still no. I've recorded something like kind of like really sad, and then just fucking sitting here. Basically, it's me apologizing for absolutely nothing. Looking back to it, but it's like at the moment.
I mean, this is not out of like emotionality. This is like I'm not being emotional. I'm not even being sad about this one. This is more of like I'm trying to help you.
Well,
I anything that I said in this, I've told to her face before.
it's just fucking sad, you know.
I'm just fucking sad.
I'm just fucking sad. For me, it's like I think about this person all the time.
Time to beat my dick to get those endorphins running.
No, it's like I think about this person all the time, and I don't think she does think about me. Like I just don't see a reason why would she.
Yeah, but you're also like, I think you're like almost simplifying her, because you don't know if she like, even if she's happy, it doesn't mean she can't think about you.
I know. That's the, like I do understand. I would never know. Like, maybe one day I'll know, but for now I don't. I have no way of knowing, but I just feel this way. You know, like
I know there's nothing we can do about how you feel.
Yeah, like
but
she have someone, and I'm all I can think of is like dreaming about her, and that's it.
But like my point is, God, I sound like I have a stutter, bro. I'm retarded. What's it called? My point that I'm trying to come across, and I know it's not going to change how you think, but it's that if you really were important to her, and I think you were, because she said that she felt something between you two, she thinks about you. Maybe not in the same way you do, but she thinks about you. There's no way she doesn't. Maybe not to the degree you do, but she definitely remembers those memories in a fond way. She feels for those things.
I honestly don't know, because I think she blocked me.
I think she did it for you.
I don't know, like I still see her stuff. Even okay, this is the weirdest part. Her boyfriend followed me first.
Why did we get so personal on the JAD Podcast? I always try to get personal on the JAD Podcast, and the one time I don't try, we did, yeah.
No, okay.
Wait.
Wait, let Aaron. He hasn't spoken this whole ass time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that like I actually went back and like I asked girl number 2 like
Who's score number 2?
the one that you no longer like, the one that you that
Yes.
forced you to do a video for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back and I asked her some stuff, and it's just like, I mean, I guess I'm kind of satisfied with my little peek into.
We gotta talk about this after the mic is dead. Unplugged.
And I have to add to what he just said too.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't add to what he specifically, but like, because the relationship I have with my ex, and if I really wanted to, I could text her right now and ask her all these questions, and she would answer me truthfully.
Yeah.
I've also gotten that like little peek into the other world, and I know that for a fact, and it's different. We think differently. When the feelings that we feel are similar but different. But she does think about me in the way, in the sense like I think about her. She does think of where we went wrong and thinks about the things I do, and it's a little bit different, and we come to our conclusions a little bit differently, but it does happen, and that's the only reason I can stand here and say this.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna spew nonsense to you. Like, I'm not saying this because I heard this from some old wise person. I've experienced this.
Yeah.
And I think like she thinks about you, and there's no way she doesn't, and I know that like it would be nicer to know.
Yeah.
But humans, when they had a connection with someone, and they will always think about it. I mean, my mom still talks about like her first love. She still talks about my father. I mean, they're two different people. Don't get those confused. But she still talks about him like because she always talks about like I can say the father one more than I can say the other one. But my father, like she still feels for him. She's, even though he's dead, and you know there's no way of getting back, and even though they separated before he died, and for bunch of reasons that I'm not going to get into right now, you know, she thinks of him fondly. She remembers him, and I know for a fact that at the end of my father's life, even though I didn't know him at the time, I know for a fact that he thought of her, because one of the last things he did was call her before he died.
To me, is like the reason we are not together, for me at least, is really because we can't physically see each other, and that really frustrates me. Like, it really makes me mad. It's like, oh fuck, like there's something there, but I just couldn't, because this barrier that I just cannot pass.
I'm gonna end the podcast here. We'll probably keep talking about this after, but
Yeah.
people don't need to know every emotion Jet feels about this person. So, thank you for watching this
Eat my ass.
podcast.
Cut down. 3, 2, 1. Die.